is on the air. Here are your hosts, John Kincade and Andrew Salciunas, on your radio home for King James, 97.5, LeBron.
Yep, you didn't dream it. It wasn't some fake Friday news dump. It was real. LeBron James is a member of the Philadelphia 76ers. Sixers picked him up on that vet minimum deal, man. That was that last piece, the margin signing that we were all talking about. For the people that didn't want to trade Joel Embiid after the season ended, for the people that didn't want to go back and blow it up a little bit, and they said, hey, just sign some of the players on the margins. Well, they kind of did that by landing a veteran minimum contract of LeBron James, the greatest player of the era for people that are 30 or younger, like Connor and I.
Greatest player of his generation.
We can't debate the Michael Jordan stuff, even though people like Connor try to.
Yeah, I love it. People who never saw him play are telling me what they saw.
The people of my generation, the greatest player of it is here wearing a Sixers jersey, and he's not just like here on some retirement tour. He is still here to win. John Kincade, welcome back from your vacation. What a time for it, man.
What a time. Driving up 75 in the state of Florida on Friday, the phone starts blowing up.
Oh, yeah.
When I'm driving and I'm off work, I sort of go in the bunker.
Yeah.
I honestly, I do not have sports on the radio. I don't tend to text a lot or do social media a lot, things like that. I was just letting the text come in, and my wife's like, what is going on? I had no idea. And then when I finally did, we stopped at a Buc-ee's.
Of course.
Stopped at Buc-ee's. And I said, wow, I can't believe it.
Yeah.
And the happiness that I felt for myself as a Sixers fan, every Sixers fan of every iteration that has suffered was immense. It is unbelievable what this means. This is incredible. And anybody who didn't want it, I mean, we talked about it for weeks. Like,
we did.
You have to, you got to want this. You got to want this. The opportunity to just be a part of it. It's awesome. And it's great. And I can't believe that Mike Gansey and the Sixers pulled it off.
It's unbelievable. I mean,
I can't believe what they've done.
The storyline of what they were able to do in such a short period of time makes you, like I said it on Friday. I called into Bill on Unfiltered because I needed to be a part of the action. Man.
Sure.
I mean, the Sixers signed LeBron James after we were off the air, for crying out loud, even though he made his decision at 1 o'clock in the morning. Us morning show hosts wouldn't have minded getting that information at 6 o'clock, but I digress. LeBron, you're the best. I'm not going to complain too much.
Yeah, I would appreciate if you didn't.
When I called into Bill and we were talking about the Sixers moves, I was like, man, even before LeBron James, I have to wonder, sorry to take a shot at you, what the hell is Daryl Morey doing? Like, what was he doing the last couple of years?
There's no way you could have even conceived that Jaylen Brown was available, let alone, because there's no LeBron James without Jaylen Brown.
No, but let alone Jaylen Brown. I mean, look at the bench. Like, the Sixers have a bench, which they have not had over how many years?
That's absolutely fair.
Like, if I say, forget LeBron James for a second and forget Jaylen Brown for a second, Dean Wade was a great pickup. Anthony Simons was a great pickup. They made some pretty nice moves for guys that are going to be coming off the bench and contributing. We love the pick of LeBaron Feinlon Jr. And now those three guys, with all due respect, are pretty much afterthoughts because of the news that drops this past Friday and the news that drops a couple of weeks ago when they acquired Jaylen Brown. And you see that the Sixers team, it didn't have to be some crazy game of how can we get better. It's just like, oh, this guy's available and he can score off the bench. Sure, we're going to pick him up. Oh, we need rebounding, as Connor's been asking for years. This guy, Dean Wade's available. Let's get this guy. They didn't get these superstar players that they had to pay a ton of money to get. They just got guys that can help a basketball team, and that's something that some presidents of basketball operations don't see. They see the star player, and then they think about everything else later on down the road. Whereas Mike Gansey and Bob Myers think about every aspect of a basketball team, and then they land Jaylen Brown and LeBron James and makes it a whole different conversation.
Well, was Bob Myers doing nothing, though? Was he doing nothing when Daryl Morey was here? Because that's another thing that I just sort of assume, is that Daryl Morey had full reign to just do whatever he wanted to do, and Bob Myers just observed. Because he was around a lot.
He was.
Now, I only went to 5 games last year, 5 Sixer games in the building, but I think I saw Bob Myers 4 times. Like, he was around a lot.
Well, maybe he was doing a lot of studying, and that's why Daryl Morey got fired.
So maybe he was. Maybe that's what it was. But it was like, but it appears that Daryl Morey got to run the show.
Yeah.
Got to do things. But in collaboration, Gansey and Myers have done an amazing job. But this is Gansey's fingerprints all over this thing, the entire thing. And it's incredible what's been done. I have never seen a turnaround like this. I'm going to tell you, it's funny because I said this morning, when we packed up the house and sent stuff down and out of town and sent stuff into storage, I was like, well, what do I need clothing-wise? I didn't pick any Sixers clothing.
No.
The Sixers had limped off against the Knicks. The Sixers were dead in the water. The Sixers off-season was lame as hell. I'm like, well, I don't need Sixers clothing before I would leave. What the hell? I mean, this has been incredible.
Yeah,
absolutely incredible.
The cool thing is the people that aren't moving this weekend, it was Sixers gear everywhere.
Oh, no, it's at the airport yesterday morning.
Oh, God.
When we landed in Philly.
Yeah.
American Airlines from Atlanta. The pilot, LeBron James' new home.
Damn right, man. And I would give a standing ovation to that pilot.
And people clapped and some people booed because I guess some people were not from Philly.
Yeah, well,
they were just landing here.
Suck it.
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
Those guys stink.
Correct.
All right, so let's have some fun all throughout the show today. But I want to start with how it sounded when it first happened here on the station. Great day to be Ray Dunn. I mean, every day's a great day to be Ray Dunn, if we're being honest, right?
Let's be honest.
He is Mr. Philadelphia
feeling
at this
pretty
point.
good, yeah.
Ray Dunn was sitting in the chair for Johnny Marks. Johnny Marks was on vacation. Horrible timing. Look, I dealt with it with the Jaylen Brown trade.
Look what happened.
Been there.
At least it was Friday is the way I looked at it, too.
Yeah, that's true.
At least it was Friday.
The Friday news dump that no one expected. Here's how it sounded on 97.5, formerly known as 97.5 The Fanatic. You know, now it's 97.5 LeBron, the home of King James. Formerly known as 97.5 The Fanatic. Last Friday, around 11:30 in the morning, when the news dropped mid-conversation about somebody's sex life.
As always, as I like to say, yeah, we've had romances in our life, but...
Whoa! What do you got? Whoa! Give me breaking news here. Holy... This is Shams Charania. LeBron James is signing with the Philadelphia 76ers on a 2-year, $8 million deal with a player option. Clutch Sports has put this one out. This has just come across the timeline. LeBron James is a 76er. We got the news on a Friday, which we did not anticipate. We got the news that he's coming to Philadelphia after we had lost our belief that it was going to happen. Breaking. This is Shams Charania again, just coming down on Twitter. LeBron James is signing with the Philadelphia 76ers on a 2-year, $8 million deal with a player option. Clutch Sports and Clutch CEO and Game Over show host Rich Paul tells ESPN.
The podcast, by the way, great job by Ray. Getting out that information. He did an amazing
job with that. Great job.
The whoa at the beginning was was freaking amazing, and then he just gives you all the information that you needed, and then the party started after that. The rest of the day was amazing. Hearing Matt Cord come in studio and do the potential Matt Cord introduction of LeBron James if he does decide to come out of his very quick retirement, which I think we're all hoping for. The rest of the day was amazing. It's so funny, John, that you hear Ray mention in the tweet, podcast host Rich Paul. So we weren't freaking insane the day Bob Myers went on the podcast with Rich Paul and Max Kellerman to yell at Sean Rodman in the back, yo, start grabbing all this audio. We were not insane to break down like every single bit of audio that came out of not just that episode, but anytime Rich Paul and Max Kellerman dropped an episode, we found out for the first time that they aired 3 times a week. I had no idea that podcasts existed.
See, you're not a big podcast guy.
No.
I enjoy like poking around and seeing what podcasts are out there. I was amazed, as I said to you, the amount of people were like, why does he have a podcast? I'm like, the amount of jabronis that have podcasts.
Yeah.
Rich Paul, he can have a podcast because he gets the biggest names to come on his podcast.
Yes.
So, yes, he can have a podcast. You who can get nobody on your podcast. He's not too bad with it. Does a pretty good job with it, in fact.
Yeah.
And to me, I couldn't get over it because that is how LeBron, I thought for sure LeBron would be the one to let this be known. I thought LeBron would be because it was so dragged out.
It was.
I thought this thing was going to be, let this thing be announced by LeBron.
It was dragged out because he didn't know what he wanted, and he finally came to terms with the correct decision.
Unbelievable.
And as I said to you guys a couple of times, I would have been angry if he picked anywhere else, if he was really talking about winning a championship. And as we have seen in every report from people that cover the NBA that have now started getting more information, because Rich Paul said it was very tight, tight to the vest until they finally announced it. It's all about winning. And he saw the Sixers roster as the best roster to be a part of.
Well, yeah.
There are some other things also. Remember, Dave McMenamin will play the audio later on the show. He joined us a couple of weeks ago, talked about how he wants to be loved and appreciated. Well, he's going to get that here in Philadelphia, for crying out loud. But this was the best decision for him to make personally for the things that he wanted out of basketball, winning a championship and not having to be like the guy that, hey, we're winning because of him. No, we're winning because of this collective group, because now you have the best starting five in the NBA already without even seeing them play a second of basketball. And it's not just about the starting five. It is those other moves that we talked about a few minutes ago. It is the Anthony Simons move. It is the Dean Wade move.
And he did those again. He did those without LeBron.
Yeah.
And I wonder how much, in retrospect, those moves attracted LeBron.
Absolutely. I mean, I still remember when Wendy said, hey, LeBron wants help defense, right? Like, that was one of the things when it came to what does LeBron James want from a roster standpoint. He could play really well defensively still at this stage of his career. But you can't ignore the fact that he is 41.
And he doesn't want to have to.
Right.
He wants to conserve for the most important moments.
For the playoffs.
And you can understand,
quarter.
what it is for, like, the NCAA tournament. That's what he wants to do. He wants to be able to conserve. I by the way, I don't knock that at all.
No.
I've heard critique of that this week. Bullcrap. No. This man's done enough in his career, and he gives enough when he it's not like he plays 30 games and half-asses it on some. I mean, this is a guy who plays all out when he can. So, to me, I love this, but I think the moves they made, Andrew, just made it so attractive.
Well, the big one was the trade for Jaylen Brown, and that's exactly what Shams Charania is going to tell you here.
Philadelphia, I'm telling you, was not even on this radar, was not in the pool of candidates until Mike Gansey and Bob Myers went out and got Jaylen Brown. That changed the equation. The Sixers got on the map, and from there, it became for LeBron James now almost 4 weeks of deliberation with LeBron James, Rich Paul, that inner circle there, and his family eventually, but trying to figure out what is the decision going to be based on.
And what
is it going to be based on? Like, what do you think it was? What do you think it was based on?
Wanting to win.
That's honestly, I don't think this is quantum physics.
Wanting to win.
He wanted
another
to win.
Championship.
He came here because he wants to win, and he came here and it's a great chance for him to win.
Absolutely.
It is it's a great chance for him to win here.
Now, leading up to it, we all asked, what is it that he wanted, right? Like, we did the breakdowns numerous times, and I'll do it again for you. All right, you want to go back to Cleveland to end your career? I would respect it. Like, I would say, okay, like, you want to end your career in Cleveland, go for it, my man. You want to go to Miami because you want to play basketball and also live the fine life and golf every single day.
Which you'd understand.
Go for it, man. Like, you're 41 years old. You've had one of the best careers in the history of the NBA. Go for it. You want to sign with the Warriors because you want to play with Steph, because you have a mutual respect for that man. He's become one of your best friends in the league. You guys have won gold for Team USA numerous times together. Go for it, man. But if he went on any of those podiums and said, I'm here to win a championship, I think he'd be lying. And because he signs with the Sixers, the I want to win a championship must be the number one reason, and I love it.
I think LeBron also, though, showed to me his there was thought put into this, but he also showed that exactly what we talked about. If he goes back to Miami, he went to Miami, he delivered on the promise that he made them. I'm going to win you championships. He went to Cleveland back, won them the championship that he felt that he hadn't given them.
Yep.
If he goes back to either one of those places, the last chapter has a chance to be different.
Yeah.
Here, this chapter is going to be, I would suggest, is going to be better than anything Sixers fans have seen in 25 years. He has no chance to lose here, in my opinion. Like, there's no chance for this to end in disaster. He's going to get this team to a conference finals or more. It's going to be the best era of Sixers football. He's going to get Sixers basketball. He's going to get that off of the haven't been to the conference finals in 25 years. Gets that off the books. He's already delivered more than every other move they've tried to make. There's nothing bad about LeBron coming here. There's nothing to be negative about.
People try.
There's so much excitement about this. This is awesome. It's absolutely awesome.
Sixers have the fourth best odds to win the NBA championship on FanDuel as of this morning, plus 1,000.
Okay, I know two. I don't know three.
That should be pretty easy for you. Yeah.
Did they say Knicks?
Yeah.
Then the Western Conference tops.
Well, no. I have the Western Conference teams right there.
Yeah, Spurs, Thunder.
But
They're
I'm
both
surprised.
plus
But I'm
260.
surprised they have the Knicks better.
Defending champions. That's,
Okay, defending champions.
Continuity, similar roster. That
Similar roster?
Yeah. No, similar roster in terms of they have the same roster. They
I
have
got you.
18 moving. I
got you.
The Sixers got a facelift, man.
Sixers,
it's a whole different.
That's what I say.
Different team, man.
That's where I say is I understand where people say they're the defending champs, and you just got to give them their credit. Yeah, but you then have to look and say, okay, Seattle's the defending champs in football.
Yeah.
But you got to look at what the Rams did.
Right.
You can't just say, well, they're the defending champs, so the Rams got to be ahead of everybody. No, I mean the Seahawks got to be Seahawks got to be ahead of everybody. You got to look at what the Rams did.
Yeah,
the Sixers have done a great job.
Well, it's going to be a lot of fun.
It's awesome.
So today's the party continues here on 97.5 LeBron, the home of King James.
By the way, they rebrand the station. I mean, that's incredible. So I'm leaving on Friday, and they rebrand the station.
Yeah.
I mean, this is incredible.
Yeah, that's what they did.
That's absolutely nuts.
It's going to be 97.5 no Kincade. That's what it'll be Monday morning.
Well, that's what
next
it was
week.
supposed to be. That's what it was supposed to be. I heard Friday. That's what it's going to be.
So I'm going to steal one of the hard-hitting questions that you hear reporters ask players at the end of every big win. How does this make you feel?
How do you feel?
How do you feel?
How do you feel?
Explain your emotions. But seriously, on a day like today, that's really all I want to know. Like, what does this mean to you as a Sixers fan? As a fan and as a Philadelphian? Because, John, I read a tweet on the air yesterday when I did the special Sunday show from 10 to 1 here.
By the way, it was
Fanatic.
excellent. It was good to be a part of it, too.
They dragged me at my house, and they say, get to work, damn it. I talked about how this decision for LeBron James was a life-changing moment. And I got pushback on by one individual, one person, saying how this isn't life-changing. I still have to go to work, every day. I still have to pay my bills and blah, blah, blah.
Seriously, are people that?
He ended his tweet with, have some perspective. And I
you know what?
responded with, no, you have some perspective because I'm happier when things are going well in my life. Like, my life surrounds sports, as does yours, Connor. And it's not just because we do this for a living. We are sports fans. We are fans of these teams. And we all know the mood of the city the Monday after an Eagles win. And we know the drastic difference, the mood after an Eagles loss on a Monday morning. We know how different it is. The best player of my generation, one of the best players in the history of the sport, signed with the Philadelphia 76ers. And now every single night, because I don't know if the Sixers were nightly viewing for people. There's some lunatics like me that would watch it even during the process, right? Every single night. But I know for the most part, the Sixers have become much like the Phillies, wake me up when the playoffs get here kind of team. I don't think people are watching all 82 games every single night, especially those West Coast nights when they're playing at 10 o'clock. With LeBron James, that has become I can't wait to watch piece every single night, 82 games out of the year and playoffs.
Or I would suggest even listen, too.
Yeah.
Make sure that they've got that on the
McGinnis.
Fanatic. I know the Fanatic app will be right there on my phone.
Damn right it will be.
Catch in at any time and then
Get excited!
I can catch question mark in Salciunas. Should I get up before 7 in the morning, maybe, someday?
You'll catch the second half of it.
Maybe, yeah.
So what does this signing mean for you? Like, you as a Sixers fan, you as a Philadelphian, we want that answer on the phone lines throughout the course of the show, 610-632-0975, the Davis Honda text line. But I do want to ask for voice memos today, Johnny, because My plea yesterday doing the show was, I love the people at Davis Honda, but I can't hear your excitement on a text. Like, I need to hear your voices. LeBron James is a freaking member of the Philadelphia 76ers, all right? Like, LeBron James is on the Sixers. So I want to hear your excitement. So today we're going to do something different. We're going to steal a segment from Unfiltered. We're going to basically do our own We Hear You? Is that what it's called?
Yeah, we hear you. And they do it. By the way, they now do it twice a day.
Well, I mean, there's so much information, so much news.
Which I like because they used to do it just once a day. I like twice a day.
Well, in the 9 o'clock hour today, we will do our own version of We Hear You, all about LeBron James. We just want to hear your excitement. Let loose. Be loud. Scream in your neighborhood. I don't freaking care. However you want to do it. Your excitement for the Sixers signing LeBron James. In the 9 o'clock hour, we will play 3 hours worth of voice memos. Not a 3-hour long segment, but from now until that point, everybody that sends in a voice memo, we want to hear your excitement. 610-632-0975. But for the time being, what does this mean to you? I mean, your favorite team just got a player that a lot of teams in the NBA wanted. Probably every team, even the ones that realized they couldn't land him.
Oh, sure, anybody would have taken him.
Yes.
But of the teams that had a chance to get him, 5 or 6.
Yeah.
5 or 6 were legitimately had an opportunity.
And our team got him, John.
It's awesome.
The Philadelphia 76ers signed LeBron James. All right, coming up next, John Kincade said I tugged at his heartstrings yesterday when he was listening to the show.
You did.
That clip included me saying, wiping my ass.
Well, that's different.
So you're going to have to explain that.
That part didn't tug at my strings. Stop tugging.
We will talk about that coming up next because this is a day for everybody. It is Kincade and Salciunas on 97.5 LeBron, the home of King James.
Now, a 97.5 LeBron Sports Update.
Making it official. I'm Connor Thomas and the Sixers. And this guy named LeBron James made it official yesterday as the 2-year, $8 million deal to bring the King to Philly was signed, sealed, and delivered. It was a weekend of celebration for the city. And it's going to continue as we keep reacting to one of the biggest moves in Philadelphia sports history. Shams Charania of ESPN talked about the trust that LeBron had in the Philadelphia 76ers.
LeBron James went into this process once he decided to leave the Lakers, that this would be about winning, about competing at a high level, having a team that he trusts. And so this clearly for LeBron James, he looked at the roster.
So he's here to win. That's what we're all looking for. Next bit of contract business for the Sixers will be an official deal for Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, who negotiated a buyout with the Grizzlies over the weekend to also come to Philadelphia. The Phillies beat the Yankees 11-4 yesterday, snapping a 4-game losing streak. Christopher Sanchez went 6 innings, 3 earned. Bryson Stott, a 5 RBI night home for himself. They start a series with the Marlins tonight in South Florida, 6:40 p.m. first pitch. Zach Wheeler versus Tyler Phillips. We've got 1 week till the MLB trade deadline, and the Eagles report to training camp tomorrow. Just in case you needed a busier week here in Philadelphia, don't miss Jim Lynam of NBC Sports Philadelphia joining us at 8:30 to talk about LeBron. I'm Connor Thomas for the home of King James and the 76ers, 97.5 LeBron.
back to Kincade and Salciunas on your radio home for King James. 97.5 LeBron.
This hour of Kincade and Salciunas is presented by Bradford White Water Heaters. Bradford White, they're here for the pro.
All right, it is 6:30 here on Kincade and Salciunas. 97.5 LeBron, the home of King
awesome.
James. We got some interior decorating going on right now. Austin Jones.
He's off his rocker a little bit.
He took a couple classes in college. And
He has an HGTV show coming.
Yeah.
Where he will redo your Philly house in a LeBron theme.
Well, right now, if you go to the YouTube, because you can watch the show on YouTube. By the way, I appreciate everybody that watched the show yesterday. That was very nice. A lot of people chiming in on a Sunday afternoon.
A lot of people on YouTube on a Sunday.
Damn right, man. Right over my left shoulder, it's nothing but LeBron James Sixers. I didn't realize he already took a photo shoot, man. He already took the photo shoot with all the LeBron.
It's amazing.
with all the Sixers jerseys.
I'm really worried about what deep fakes Austin Jones could pull off. So I'm never going to piss off Austin.
No,
because the deep fakes, the deep fakes he could come up with could be very troublesome.
Yes, absolutely. All right, before we get your reaction, because today's a day of reaction, man. The party continues. 610-632-0975. What does this mean for you? Like I'm stealing the Emmy award-winning question that
how does
the reporters ask at the end of games.
How does it feel?
I want to know, man. I want to know how this feels for people.
How did it feel to hit that home run? Oh, it felt great.
How'd it feel to get LeBron James? Felt amazing.
It's about damn time.
Yesterday, I did the show from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. They called in for the righty, the soft throwing right-hander out of the bullpen. Needed a crafty ground out for a couple hours on the weekend. And
we were a little worried about Shukri's shoulder.
Yeah.
So I suggested that maybe we don't want to burn out Shukri because we need him.
Yes.
We need him for the long haul, so let's make sure Shukri's shoulder was okay.
Yeah, I got the rubber arm. I can keep going.
So well, you're also the end of the career.
I played back,
thrown off weekend guy.
Good.
So there you go.
So yesterday, when we had a little meeting late last night, you, me, Connor, and Scotty Tuhati, Scotty Masteller, our program director, just sort of talking about the week, as this is your final week here on Kincade and Salciunas. And, we were just getting ready for today's show, and you talked about how I tugged at your heartstrings yesterday when you were listening, and thank you for listening. I appreciate it.
It was nice to listen. I got in the car got in the rental car out of a parking spot north. Great spot to be. I'm going to miss parking spot north when I don't Uber to the airport. And I put on your show, and I'm listening to it, and it was very entertaining, and I'm listening. And you started talking about when your dad took you to see Jordan at the end of his career when he was a Washington Wizard. And you were saying how Jordan at this time is a washed-up version of Jordan. He's not the version of LeBron we're getting here in Philadelphia. But your dad so wanted to be able to say one day that he took you to see Michael Jordan play, so you would always have that, no matter what you remembered of it. And then you thought to yourself, and you started to wax poetic, about the fact that you're going to be able to do the same with Coop. And I said to myself, I'm getting on a plane. I'll fly to Utah. I'll lives 2 blocks from the arena. And when the Sixers are in Utah, when the schedule comes out, I'll fly out to Utah and go see, so I can say to Liv, we saw LeBron as a Sixer.
Yeah, as a Sixer, man.
In play when they're out in Utah, a couple blocks from our apartment. So it's that idea of, I loved it because it touched at the heartstrings of, it's history. And these are history, these are memories, and one of the greatest players of all time. The only time I can ever really think of this is Pete Rose. And I don't think that anybody of your generation, respectfully, can understand what it meant.
The magnitude of it, right.
How big it was when Pete Rose chose the Phillies and when Pete Rose became a Philly. And somebody that I hated Pete Rose. And Pete Rose came here, and I just loved him.
Well, there's people that hate LeBron James.
Well, I always respected
because of the greatness.
I always respected him.
Yeah.
But I hated Pete Rose as a kid. And just to see him in a Phillies uniform and what he brought to the team. By the way, I think he came here at 38.
Mm-hmm.
I think he came here at like 38 years old, Pete Rose. So to me, you talking about going to a game with your son, I bet there's a lot of guys right now and ladies in our audience that are thinking the same thing. I want to do that with my kid.
Yeah.
Because It's going to be historic. It's going to be memorable. It's going to be flat out awesome.
And by the way, the Sixers are good. And that's the that's the best part, right? Like, again, you didn't get LeBron James. It's a great comp to the Pete Rose thing because Pete Rose comes here and they win a World Series.
Well, they had won the division 3 of the 4 years previous and needed to get over the hump.
Right.
This team has had a rebirth. I mean, this extreme home makeover.
Yeah, it changes everything. It changes. They went from, we'll see if they can stay healthy to they now have the second best odds in the Eastern Conference to win the NBA championship. So let's talk about 610-632-0975. The news drops on Friday. The party is not stopped yet. This is our first chance as a show together to be able to react to what took place Friday morning. How much did this change everything for you? How did this make you feel when it happened? My darlings, the Philadelphia 76ers, John.
And I always said to you, it was your done.
They got LeBron James, man. They got Jaylen Brown, my babies, like the Sixers. I look at them, and half the time I hate them, but I love them so freaking much, man. I love this team. I close my eyes and I think back to the 2001 Finals. Little Andy, 7 years old, just thinking that they were the best team in the world, and they got spanked by the Lakers, but they were the best team in the world for me because I was a little kid. There are so many kids that have no idea how great it's going to be for them this year. It's amazing. I'm so happy.
And the memory you're going to create with your kids.
Yeah.
It's going to be awesome.
Nightly viewing. What do we got on the Davis Honda text line? You can feel the Davis difference. And again, you got to send in your voice memos today because in the 9 o'clock hour today, we're going to do like the compilation of voice memos that were sent in by you. And I really want to hear it because I do think that you played a major factor in this because Dave McMenamin told us weeks ago that LeBron James wanted to also go somewhere where he would be loved and appreciated. And you know that he's getting that now. You know that he was getting that beforehand when Sixers fans were all over social media tagging King James and asking him to come here. And so we want to know your excitement, what this means for you. Text them in, voice memos, phone calls, whatever it is. What do we got, Connor?
Miz from the Northeast checks in. He says, my parents met at a Sixers game. I met my wife at a Sixers game. My son took first place in the Sixers Skills Challenge. The last time they won was the year before I was born. This team has such a special place in my heart. So for this to be happening after the last 20 years, unbelievable. I'd call in, but I lost my voice.
That's awesome. That's great. Look, I mean, this is amazing. And you mentioned it. You sent it in the email. We were kind of just touching on it with the Michael Jordan thing. Past, present, future. Like this.
This is a story for generations.
Yeah.
And this is a story about correcting mistakes of the past. This is a story about the joy of the present. But it's also a story about the future because it has a chance to remember, Jaylen Brown's not a 2-year thing. Tyrese Maxey's not a 2-year thing.
No.
VJ Edgecombe's not a 2-year thing. LeBron is probably a 2-year thing. It's probably a 2-year thing. But those 2 years, I really, truly believe the ramifications of them have a chance to reset this franchise. Reset the standards of what are the expectations, how we go about our business, what are we doing.
And by the way,
I'm telling you right now.
I know we already waxed poetically about them in the first segment. That starts with Mike Gansey and Bob Myers. Like you have,
boy, done a great job.
Professionals here. You have basketball.
You have adults in charge.
You have adults in charge. Like again, sorry to take a second shot at Daryl Morey, like 40 minutes into the show, but Daryl Morey let the guys do whatever they wanted. He was not a guy that was going to crack down on anything. He was a guy that fell in love with superstar players, and that's fine. That's his belief in basketball, the superstar player thing. But Daryl Morey was not like Dave Dombrowski, as much as I hate him, Matt Strom said something that was inaccurate, so he shipped his ass out of town. He was like, you know what, if you're going to start lying at the podium, I'm going to send you out. Oh, Nick Castellanos, you're somewhat of a problem. We're going to get you out of here.
You want to start acting like a jackass behind a microphone.
Right.
So when is Bryce Harper's time?
That's not happening. All right, let's go.
When's his time? By the way, not elite. Yeah, it's good to get those T-shirts when you can get them.
Let's go to Carlos in Atlanta. Carlos, you're on the Fanatic. What's up, Los?
What's going on, fellas?
What's going on, Carlos?
All right, man. I'm gonna be a little transparent here, okay? I'm a Sixers fan. I'm not a fan of LeBron.
Okay.
Now, I have a question for you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Would LeBron come to Philadelphia if we didn't get Jaylen Brown?
No.
Or if we didn't have
The answer is already no.
They made that clear. They made that clear. Why would he, though? He wants to win.
We got a cuckoo clock in the background?
What's going on back there?
No, I'm at work. But listen.
You got a cuckoo clock
Here's
factory?
my thing. No. But LeBron is a good player. Okay, he has
A good
that
player?
thing.
You know what? The
good
cuckoo
player?
clock makes sense with your call so far,
Wait a minute.
Carlos.
Carlos.
I'm about to do it. I'm about to do it.
You just said he's a good player. He's a good player.
He's a good player.
He's one of the all-time greats. If he's not, he could be the greatest player of all time. What are you talking about?
Why would he? Why do you say that he's one of the greatest players? He always had pieces around him that made him great.
Yeah, Mo Williams and Zadrunas Sigalskis.
So did Larry Bird. So did Magic Johnson.
So did Michael Jordan.
So did Michael Jordan. What are you talking about, Carlos?
Oh man.
Okay, so let's talk about Michael.
Well, wait a minute.
Jordan.
Well, no. Wait.
No, we don't have to talk about them, Carlos.
Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan stayed with their teams through their whole career.
That's
except
great.
when Michael brought the Wizards.
That's great.
Okay, he never moved around.
Okay, so
they
what
never moved around.
That's good.
To get a chip.
Oh my
And you know what he also
God.
didn't do? He also didn't get suspended. Oh, I'm sorry, retire in the middle of his career.
Los, listen, man.
Thanks,
You're a
Carlos.
Sixers fan, right?
Doesn't sound like
Yeah.
it.
I'm asking. I just
Come
want.
on.
Are you a Sixers fan? Yes or no?
Doesn't sound like it.
Yes, I am.
All right. So if
Come
the
on.
Sixers win a championship this year and LeBron James is a big part of it, are you still gonna? What is it gonna be stained for you because LeBron was a part of it?
I'm driving from Georgia to go to the parade.
All right.
Yes,
Well,
I am.
then leave it at that. Why do we have to do this, people? Why do we have to be Jordan people or LeBron people?
Guess
Why
what?
can't we just value both? Today at 8:30, Jim Lynam's joined the show, and I texted Connor, hey, can we get Jim Lynam on? Because Jim Lynam is a guy that has watched Wilt Chamberlain, a guy that has watched Michael Jordan, and a guy that has watched LeBron James. And you know what he does for all three of those players? He talks highly about Wilt Chamberlain. He talks highly about Michael Jordan. He talks highly about LeBron James. He doesn't have to do, yeah, LeBron's great and all, but, or this is the reason why this guy's the best. No, he appreciates basketball, as we all should. I don't understand why you have to hate somebody because you don't like the way they went about their business. LeBron James is a proven winner. He's a champion. The reason why he was still sought after by every team in the NBA, but realistically 6 teams at the age of 41, is because he is still a very good, very, very good player in the NBA. He's a great leader. Everybody speaks so highly of him. Why do we do this?
By the way, do you know that you do know? I know you know. He would have been great in the era that you guys weren't alive for. LeBron James would have been great in Michael Jordan's era.
Yes.
And Michael Jordan would have been great in this era. They still would have been great players in each of their eras. I don't understand this either. And I'm a Jordan era guy, and I'm a Jordan guy over LeBron. But not like it's paper thin. It's paper thin.
It doesn't matter.
And more importantly, who cares?
LeBron James could be the 50th best player of all time. If he's good and he joins your team for a vet minimum deal and he was a missing piece from a basketball standpoint, right? He's their point forward. Why are you complaining because you have more love for one guy versus another? Why are we doing this? And you know what I have to freaking hear every day, John? The Philly media. They're so negative. What's this? This is a caller. What are we doing here?
Stop.
All right.
I'll look him up. When I get down to Atlanta, I'm looking Carlos up.
Please. All right. I need better reaction than that.
That's
Sorry,
terrible.
Los. Sorry,
Come on,
Los.
Carlos.
I need better reaction. I can't have this. So coming up next, Connor, do we have better texts?
Oh, of course we do.
All right. I see. This is why I love the text line. You just let Carlos call in, people. I need your voices to explain how excited you are. Please, no more contrarian calls. All right. It's Kincade Salciunas here on 97.5 LeBron, the home of the King James.
Hey, I love my friends at Dan White & Associates. I've been so pleased to be able to tell you about them, and they've been in business for almost 4 decades by specializing in financial planning and retirement planning. And I can tell you that because they address each client's needs individually, that's how they make a difference for you. They'll stress test your retirement plan, and believe me, I'm worried about that retirement plan. I've already got my plan. I have a landing date and everything of when I'm going to do it. And I know that Dan White & Associates can help you create income in retirement that's going to help you support the lifestyle that you want to live. They're also going to help you find certainty in your financial future. Look, if you need finances in your retirement, that can be an overwhelming topic, and you don't know how to get it and how to work it. Well, they have educational seminars they host throughout Pennsylvania, Delaware, and Maryland. They've got 3 great offices, and they offer you complimentary no-risk consultations so you can discuss your money in private with their team. And I tell you have one conversation, you're going to want to have a second. They're great people, and I love speaking for them. Dan White and Associates. Check out danwhiteandassociates.com on the web.
Andrew John Connor, Kincade Salciunas, Philly Sports Talk on 97.5 LeBron.
So yesterday, John, I don't know if you heard this part of the conversation. I think it's the right time to bring it up again.
Well, I didn't listen to your entire show, but I did
that's
listen to a lot of it.
Well, I appreciate it.
I listened to as much as I could. I had to run errands.
That's fine.
Didn't like that.
So it's okay that you have an opinion on anything, right? That's life.
That's nice of you to allow.
We all have
that.
opinions on things.
Yes, we do.
There are people that before LeBron James signed with the Sixers that did not want him to sign with the Sixers. Our man 215 Jay Philly, who you know is always very constant on the YouTube chat, his disdain for LeBron James. Like you have an opinion about LeBron James. You don't like how he went about chasing rings or whatever. That's fine, man. But I told a story yesterday. My wedding that Connor Thomas was not invited to, despite
Thanks
me
for that.
just getting to know Connor.
You had how long you know Connor? Like 2 weeks?
2 weeks, and he was upset that he didn't get invited.
That's funny.
My wedding was a great wedding, not because of me by any means. It was all because of my wife. She did a great job planning. It was a great day. And somebody, I won't say who, I told the story yesterday, somebody went up to us at the end of the wedding, at the end of the night. Everyone's leaving, unpacking. There was breakfast sandwiches to go at the end. Like this thing, oh, man, bells and whistles.
Your wife did a great job.
She did a great job. This person comes up to her and says, man, the DJ was amazing, and your dress was beautiful, and Andrew, oh, man, you got swag on the dance floor. That part didn't happen. The food, the desserts were great. The drinks were great, blah, blah. But the lobster was a little chewy.
Are you serious?
Yeah, somebody actually said that to me and my wife, more importantly, my wife, to her face at the end of the wedding that everybody had a good time at. She had to mention the lobster. And so our last caller, Carlos, just said to us, yes, if the Sixers win a championship, he will drive up from Georgia to Philadelphia to be at the parade. Leave it at that then. Period.
Just stop.
But he had to lead his call with, I don't like that he went after rings. I don't like that he went to different destinations. Michael Jordan was with the Bulls until he finally ended it with the Wizards, and Kobe was with the Lakers. And why does that matter?
Can I say that? And it's uncomfortable for some to talk about. How about LeBron? Unlike Kobe and Michael Jordan, didn't have a major scandal attached to him either. Unlike Kobe and unlike Michael Jordan. So LeBron James has lived in the focus of American culture since he was 16 years old.
Yeah.
And I remember it all as it broke. LeBron James has led a scandal-free life. Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant cannot say the same. So I would say that. If you want to counter me with that, I'd go, well, hey, how about a guy who's lived his life the right way? Good family man, good husband, good father, raising good kids. Like, never embarrassing his family, never embarrassing people in the public eye, unlike the other two guys. So if you want to start doing stuff about that, there's things to admire about LeBron, too, so I'll fire back with that. Sure. And by the way, I'm a big Jordan guy and a big Kobe guy. But, I mean, why do you have to do this?
I don't know why we have to diminish someone because of our appreciation for somebody else. And I get we do that in sports all the time. We do it with quarterback rankings, right? We have to rip one guy to try to anoint another guy. We did it a couple of weeks ago with the rankings where Jalen Hurts, right? We do it. I get it. But, like, LeBron's ours now. Like, he plays for he plays for the team that we go to bat for on a nightly basis. Like, he's on our team, and you still are holding on to whatever belief you have. Why?
I wish LeBron was going to bat for us right now for the Phillies. Could use him in the lineup. Might work. Let's do it.
Nice. All right, what do we have on the text? I need more excitement than Carlos saying, but this.
Don't let Carlos bring you down. He's the outlier.
You're right.
He's the outlier.
I hope.
Don't let him be there you go.
Bruce checks in and says, what the hell is happening? A few months back, we as fans were so depressed that we had 2 horrible contracts that could not be moved, no money to rebuild, worried about wasting the prime of guys like Maxey and Edgecombe. And then the Sixers front office robs Boston, signs LeBron. This is all a dream. You got to pinch me.
Yeah,
it's spectacular.
We were talking about moving off of a contract, and they did do that. But they got a better player out of it. Like
we talked about would there be any way you would ever consider moving Maxey? Would there be any way?
Right.
Because there was just no other way out. Would you consider moving a number 1 pick to move one of those big contracts?
I was willing to trade a first-round pick to get off of the Joel Embiid contract the day after they lost to the Knicks when they got swept.
Mike Gansey.
No.
He wasn't.
He was willing to move off Paul George for Jaylen Brown, man.
It's unbelievable. What Mike Gansey's done is unbelievable.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
What else we got on the text line?
All right, Joey in Willow Grove checks in. He might be on the same wavelength as John Kincade this morning. He says, very excited about King James. Would be a little bit more excited if he was also a right-handed bat, a solid number 4 starter, or an 8th-inning setup man. Go Sixers.
Yeah, Phil's been consistent, man.
Yeah,
they dropped 2 of 3 again.
They're consistent. They're really
nice win for them yesterday. They needed it.
They don't win against good teams.
Yeah,
and the same crap that they've pulled all year long. Again, the things that matter don't matter until they matter. This team wilts under pressure, wilts under good teams. They're just not good.
5.5 games back of the Braves, and the trade deadline is Fast approaching.
By the way, I heard you guys last week did something because I got told by one of the gentlemen, let me think, it was Prince, at the desk at the hotel.
What's up, Prince?
Prince listens.
Thank you, Prince.
Great name.
And
I'm more of a King guy after this weekend.
I
but
love
we like
By the way,
too.
Prince, one of my favorites. You guys talked about, did you do something about whether you go all in at the trade deadline?
Yeah, would you go
Okay, no.
We also talked about would you sell? It was
I'm not selling.
4-leveled
How about this?
conversation.
I'm not selling because they're going to be a postseason team. Unless they just go into a no.
Connor's
You're not the Pirates.
1 week ago today.
The Pirates.
Connor Thomas shocked the world, saying he was not fully in on the Phillies making.
They're going to be a
playoffs.
postseason team. So no, so I don't sell because they're going to be a
Since
postseason
Connor said that,
team.
they just keep on losing. So maybe Connor was on to something.
Yeah, and they're going to go out and they're going to win. They're going to win 10 of 13, and then solidify the wild card again, and then just remember who they are.
All right, coming up next, it was a party on Friday. It was a party all weekend long, and it continues to be a party here on Kincade Salciunas. But if you're not in Philly, it's not so much a party. Coming up next, you're going to hear reactions from around the world of sports talk radio, because believe it or not, there are stations outside of Philadelphia, and they're stations that covered LeBron James, hoping that he would come to their team, and that didn't happen. You'll hear some of those reactions coming up next. It is Kincade and Salciunas on 97.5 LeBron, the home of King James.
Now, a 97.5 LeBron Sports Update.
Signed, sealed, delivered. I'm Connor Thomas, and the Sixers and LeBron James made it official yesterday as the 2-year, $8 million deal to bring the King to Philly was signed, sealed, and delivered. It was a weekend of celebration for the city that's going to continue as we keep reacting to one of the biggest moves in Philadelphia sports history. Brian Windhorst of ESPN talked about the trust that LeBron showed in Sixers management to come here to Philadelphia.
LeBron trusted the management. He trusts, I'm sure, Bob Myers. He trusts Mike Ganzi. Philly had some things going against them. They weren't home. They weren't Miami. They weren't Cleveland. They weren't Golden State. But what they had going for them ended up being the difference.
The next bit of contract business for the Sixers will be an official deal for Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, who negotiated a buyout with the Grizzlies over the weekend to also come to Philadelphia. The Phillies beat the Yankees 11-4 yesterday, snapping a 4-game losing streak. Christopher Sanchez, 6 innings, 3 earned. Bryson Stott had a 5 RBI night. Alec Boehm had a 4 RBI night. They start a series with the Marlins tonight in South Florida. 6:40 p.m. first pitch. Zach Wheeler faces Tyler Phillips. We got 1 week till the Major League Baseball trade deadline, and we got 1 day till the Eagles report to training camp. They're in action on Wednesday, but they'll report tomorrow. It's about to get busy, Philadelphia. Jim Lynam of NBC Sports Philadelphia joins us at 8:30 to talk about the LeBron signing. This update is brought to you by the New Jersey Department of Health. Public Health works behind the scenes, building a healthier future for everyone. One mission working for you. Learn more at nj.gov/health. I'm Connor Thomas for the home of King James and the 76ers, 97.5.
is Kincade Salciunas, 97.5. LeBron.
All right, keep sending in those voice memos. 610-632-0975. We're stealing a We Hear You segment from Unfiltered. Today in the 9 o'clock hour, we will play them. So send them in, 610-632-0975. Your overall excitement, joy, whatever just comes to your brain. Like when we do this job, John, the red light turns on. We can have all the plans in the world we want for the show, but what comes out of our mouths is just kind of what's on our brain.
Yes.
Like there's no I'm not reading a script right now. So when you do your voice memo, hit record. Right before you hit record, look in the mirror and tell yourself that LeBron James is a Sixer. Hit record and then let it rip. Whatever comes after that, that's what we want to hear.
And it's awesome.
That pure joy, that pure excitement, that pure celebration that LeBron James is a Philadelphia 76er. 610-632-0975. I was thinking about the history of John Kincade and Salciunas. This is the second time you were away when big news happened. You were in the islands when Saquon Barkley signed with the Eagles.
I was in the pool.
Yeah.
I was in the pool in the Dominican Republic.
That's what it was. Yeah, the DR.
And my mom, I forget what was going on. My money was not on Saquon Barkley coming up in free agency. My money was not on that one happening, and so I wasn't even paying attention. And again, you know me, I go in the bunker, and so I'm not on I leave my phone in the hotel room, everything. And at some point, Christina does not know how to pronounce Saquon.
Okay, yeah.
And she was like, do you know Saquon or something? And I went, what? And she said, Saquon, S-A-Q, Saquon Barkley?
Yeah.
And I'm in the pool. And I'm like, you're kidding me.
It's unbelievable.
Because I did not want, by the way, a big money running back.
Right.
But there was no way that I didn't want Saquon.
Yeah, you weren't
like, it was one of those
there.
things where you're like, you don't want them to spend big money on a running back, but Saquon Barkley being an Eagle.
Yeah, and it's exciting, so you're not going to be the guy that goes,
no.
Even though I didn't want this, I'm going to make you all know why this is a bad idea. Like, you're having fun with it because it's great. And so when they signed LeBron James on Friday, that is a move where everybody will remember where they were when they found it. I walked in my house. I went for a run that day.
Okay.
Friday. That's why when you see the video, my reaction.
You went for a run before finding out the news.
Yeah, that's why I
you
was
were doing
sweaty in the video.
Pre-nap. You're doing the pre-nap run.
Yeah, and then I did not nap after that because I walk in the house and I see my phone and boom, it's LeBron. I do the instant, immediate, reaction video because that's part of the gig. And then I go up to my wife. I'm like, they signed LeBron. She goes, oh, yeah, I knew. She knew before I did. No word.
I didn't tell you?
No word of it. No, dude, I can't. So I walked, me. I'm old man with the phone.
You
right?
are.
I didn't walk in my house and, immediately check my phone or, let me update my Strava app, right? I don't do that, right? So I walked inside, got a glass of water.
Okay, can I ask what that?
Hey, Coop, how you doing?
Can I
What's
ask
up,
what that
buddy?
is? I don't even know what this Strava
people
is.
track their running.
Okay.
I'm doing my thing. I'm trying to cool off a little bit, and then I check my phone. And my wife, I've been home for 10 minutes before my wife told me.
Smart move by her because it was her last couple of moments where you loved her more than you loved
Yeah,
LeBron.
that's true.
She wanted to savor those.
That's true. You're right.
No. She always knew she was second to Joel Embiid.
Well, yeah. That goes without saying.
Let's be honest.
So it was a moment where we'll all remember where we were when it happened. Connor, what about you? I didn't even ask you. What was your life like when you found out?
I was in the middle of recording Locked On Phillies.
Okay.
And
yeah, I saw your video. You had the microphone. You made it look very professional, your reaction video.
Yeah, but I was in the middle of talking about why Aaron Nola can't be pitched past the fifth inning.
Oh,
and
that's just as exciting.
Sometimes I'll get texts in the middle of the show, recording the podcast, and I just ignore them, whatever,
right.
buddies, group chats, stuff. And my phone just kept going off. And I'm like, at some point, I got to just peek real quick. And I just looked into the camera. I was like, LeBron just signed with the Sixers. I have to go. And I paused the podcast, and I got back to it an hour later. So it almost didn't ruin it, clearly. But I couldn't immediately react, and I saw it late, but.
It's
Dude,
amazing.
It was amazing, and no matter when you found out, it was incredible.
And it's a moment of joy for everybody. It should be. Let's put it this way: it should be.
It's a moment of joy for everybody here. And
Yes.
by here, I mean Philadelphia.
Yeah,
for most people.
By the way, one of the stations that I'm sure we're going to listen to, I'm Public Enemy now. Because I went after them, and it's just they. So then I joined their station, and now I'm even Public Enemy worse.
Well, that's good.
So now I'm just
good. You just continue to
yes.
brand that.
Yeah, that's terrible.
So we'll start in the great state of Florida. West Palm Beach, Florida. There's a sports talk radio show there.
I didn't even know.
And the reaction to LeBron James, it's so funny. You will hear a very similar thing coming out of all three stations that we play. None of it is about basketball. And it's all about just they wanted something special. They wanted LeBron James. And, those horrible Philadelphia fans.
Here we go.
So here's how it sounded in West Palm Beach, Florida, Friday morning when the news dropped.
What an interesting choice. I was terribly wrong, but not as terribly wrong as you were, because
That's Le Batard.
No, that's Dan. Yeah, that's Dan Le Batard.
Dan Le Batard
Okay,
was
sorry,
telling his
bad
audience
intellect.
how to vote, and then after he told them how to vote, he was then going to tell them about LeBron. That's probably a different quote.
Do we have the West Palm Beach? Okay.
No, probably not West Palm Beach.
All right. I know it's in there somewhere. While O'Connor gets that, let's go to Davey and Ben Salem. What's up,
Davey? Dave.
All right. I'm here, guys. I can't believe it. I love you guys so much. Andrew, I love you, John.
You're the man, Davey.
I can't believe they signed him. I felt Friday. I actually took a nap. I took the dog out for a walk. I took a nap. I really woke up. I heard the breaking news. And I'm like, I thought I was in a dream. I really thought I was in a dream. I could not believe he signed here, man. I couldn't believe it, John. And Andrew, I couldn't believe it, man. This is like one of the most important sporting events in Philadelphia, that this man is coming to this basketball team to give us a chance to get back at least to the championship and maybe win it.
It's awesome. It's joy. It's pure joy. I can hear it in your voice. I hear it in your voice.
Without a doubt, John.
It's beautiful.
I'll give you a quick story, John and Andrew. Andrew knows. I started working for the Philadelphia Phillies in 2022. And you know what I said to my wife? I'm going to get paid to see Bryce Harper play baseball. You know, I work across the street. Now I'm going to get paid to see LeBron James play basketball and see the excitement on the fans' face when they get to see this man on the court with everybody else on our team. And, you know, just get me there. Get me there and see what happens. That's what I want. I want another championship for the Sixers.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we all want
wait, Dave. Tell these guys. I went to that parade. I graduated high school. Went there. You remember?
It was
great.
One of the best times I ever had in my life. That and the Phillies parade in 2008. I was unfortunate enough to never go to the Eagles parade, but I saw the championships. I've been blessed in my life to see every pro franchise see a championship in this town, and I want one more. You know, I'm not getting any younger. I want another Sixers championship before.
There you go.
You're the man,
John,
Dave.
Yeah, Dave.
I'm going to miss you so much. I wish you and your family good health, happiness in the next chapter of your life. I just wish you and Andrew could do a remote so all of us 97.5 Fanatic listeners could give you an appropriate goodbye. Thank you.
I got a
feeling.
Thank you, buddy. I love you too, man. Thank you.
Man,
and I promise you that since we're working opposite time slots, that Andrew will, I will call on Andrew, and I'll call on Connor from time to time, and I'm sure we'll rejoin, bounce back and forth. I'm sure we'll hear from each other.
I had you on the Andrew Salciunas show yesterday.
I was very worried when I heard that yesterday morning. I was like, do I even come back for a final week?
They called it the Andrew Salciunas show.
Had they already
yesterday.
rebranded? I said they rebranded the station.
Yeah.
While I was away.
So
I said, my God,
you missed a lot.
By the way, I missed that.
Yeah.
I heard it.
97.5 LeBron.
I heard it and went, what? Because I wasn't checking email. I wasn't checking thing. I'm going, what is going on with this? That's really fun.
Yeah. No,
it's
been a great time.
It's goofy. It's
great
fun.
time. It's a party.
By the way, Karen B. By the way, I just want to thank Karen B. for the fine note this morning. I came back to that was sweet too, much like Dave. Thank you, Karen B.
That's
I love
nice.
you and I appreciate you.
All right, here's how it sounded. West Palm Beach, Florida. They were hoping that their Miami Heat would get LeBron, and this was the reaction.
It's not fair. It's not fair. It's not fair that the Philly fan gets LeBron James. It's not fair. That godforsaken fan base gets LeBron? How? When? What planet am I living in that Philly fan gets to enjoy LeBron James? Bron, I don't understand why you're going to Philly. I don't think anyone thinks you need another ring. Bron, you don't need another ring. I got to look at the end of that godforsaken jersey and that horrific jersey with those disgusting fans. Remember last year when they were egging the offensive coordinator's house? I mean, it's a disgusting fan base.
When they were, or one teenager, you dope.
Yes. Yeah.
I think I understand why that gentleman has been in West Palm Beach. First of all, he ran out of his talking points as he had to mention the godforsaken jersey 3 times. Like the jersey. What the hell is he
his
talking
immediate
about?
reaction. Well, he doesn't like seeing Philadelphia. Many people don't like seeing Philadelphia. I just love that he admitted something in that clip. He straight up said, do you really have to go after another championship? So he's saying
that he knew if he came there, it wasn't bad.
We weren't going to win with LeBron James, but he just wanted LeBron James for the sake of having LeBron James. I understand that, but you admitted that your team was not going to win with LeBron.
Right.
So there's your answer. That's why he picked Philadelphia.
How about this? LeBron didn't want fans that show up 4 minutes into a game.
Yeah.
And then exit like 4 minutes to go in a game, who care much more about the party afterwards than the party that's in the building. How about that one?
Now,
West Palm.
that was one, and that had a music bed, so we could not play anything underneath. So now that we have time for the other two, and the other two did not have, club music in the background. Go ahead, Connor, hit it. And we'll go to the fine people of Cleveland,
yes.
who they thought their king was returning home until Friday at 11:30. They found out he wasn't.
Way it bothers me is the fact that their sports fans are awful human beings. It's a good sports town. I want to make this a clear distinction. Philadelphia is a phenomenal sports town because their fans care about their team. The problem is they're all awful people in Philadelphia.
Not all awful people.
They are
in
all.
Philadelphia.
Sorry, not all. No, but Philly sports fans are the worst human beings in Philadelphia. They are violent.
Well, they throw batteries
angry,
at Santa Claus. That's not great.
Spoiled.
We saw the All-Star game how they were booing kids. This is but that's the passion that LeBron has talked about celebrating over 20 plus years now.
Yeah, we'll see.
He talked about it, how much he loves the Philly sports fan, how much he appreciates that the Philly sports fan is a diehard and won't root for any other teams and is solely focused on Philadelphia teams. Like he's openly talked about some of this stuff.
Yep, and he's about to learn firsthand because LeBron.
Yeah, they will boo him if he sucks.
No, not even if he sucks.
They will boo him.
It's not even if he sucks. If he's just okay. If the guy isn't LeBron James from the last 20 years, which a headline he's not going to be.
That was from 92.3 The Fan in Cleveland.
And they were the ones that I got into it on. I really took them out on social media, and then they had on the weekend, and so I went on, and then now I'm public enemy number 1 in Cleveland. So it's good. So this morning,
the awful people.
Yeah,
of
the awful people of Philadelphia. I'm like, come on, and you know what they went to too?
Snowballs with Santa.
Yeah, and I
they
said
batteries. They didn't even get it right.
I said the snowballs with Santa, and I said, do you know how old I was when to the host? I said, you know how old I was when the snowballs with Santa thing happened? And the host goes, I said, you know how old I was? I said I hadn't celebrated a 3rd birthday.
Yeah.
I said, and you're using something.
About 90 years
I said,
ago.
you're an idiot. I said, you're an idiot going to these. Did you go to Google and say, what terrible things have been done there? I said, stop being lazy.
He didn't even Google it. It's what they hear on every national broadcast.
Stop being lazy.
And they just go with that.
Stop being lazy.
So that was Cleveland. And then one more. I still believe San Fran was the team that I was most worried about because
it really was?
Because of the coolness of LeBron and I would have watched every game. As a basketball fan, I would have watched every LeBron James, Steph Curry game. Like every all 50 of them because they would not play together all the time. But I would have watched every game with those two guys together on a court. It would have been must-watch television for me. But that's not where he went. But San Fran, they still thought that they were going to get him. And this is what they heard.
What? Oh! I can't believe what I'm reading.
Breaking news from Shams Charania. The decision has been made. LeBron James is signing with the Philadelphia 76ers on a 2-year, $8 million deal with a player option. Clutch Sports Group and Clutch CEO and Game Over show host Rich Paul tells ESPN. There it is. LeBron James is taking his talents to Philadelphia, and he will be a Philadelphia 76er. Again, this is a 2-year, $8 million deal with a player option. Clutch Sports is telling ESPN.
2 years for $8 million?
Plus, so
right,
3 more years, essentially, 2 to 3 more years. And
so the Warriors missed out.
All righty. So that concludes our 49ers talk for today. LeBron James is going to the Philadelphia 76ers here.
Oh, my God. Philly. Bob Myers landed LeBron.
Bob did it again.
Bob Myers landed LeBron, and we couldn't. Wow.
I love it, man.
I love it, too. Now, by the way, I thought those guys handled it well.
Oh, no, they continued on talking about
did they commend the terrible people?
We are.
Oh, they did?
Those are the same guys that came over.
I mean, I knew that.
That's the Hagen station.
Yeah, exactly.
The guys that came here at the NFC Championship game, and they got booed walking into the building, and because they got booed, they thought the worst thing in the world.
They didn't resort to that stupidity.
No, trust me, they continued. They did.
Oh, they did. Okay.
Yeah, they did. Yeah. Everybody, it's the easiest way to just try to attack us, even though you're there's horrible people out there.
Just
awesome.
terrible.
I love it. All right, what do we have on the text line? Field of Davis Siffers. Check them out in Burlington. Keep sending in those voice memos. We want to do a We Hear You segment like Unfiltered does in the 9 o'clock hour. When you hear somebody say LeBron James is a Sixer, your reaction is, boom, let it rip. We want to hear it. What do you got?
Michael checks in, and he says, Sixers love coming from the Dallas-Fort Worth area. I was going through Lowe's yesterday in my Sixers jersey, Tyrese Maxey, of course, and I saw a gentleman wearing a Sixers hat. We started to chat. He was from Germantown. We shared an embrace and talked about Sixers signing LeBron. It's a great day to be alive.
Dude, a move of that magnitude, I was talking to somebody this weekend who's not a sports fan.
Okay.
Fine. Like, that's, whatever, do you.
So somebody's not a sports fan.
Yeah, and they basically asked me, like, all right, how big is this? Like, I know the guy's name. And I go, that's why it's big. You don't watch sports, period. Like, it's not like, oh, I'm a hockey fan, I don't watch basketball. This individual does not watch sports. It's not their forte. And this individual told me that they know LeBron James. And I said, that's why it's big. The fact that you know LeBron James.
And you're not a sports fan.
Like, I was like, name me 10 other players in sports.
Who was the guy, though, that you said something to you that was totally wrong?
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm not going to out said person, but that person, I was with them on Saturday, and immediately they just said he's not even all that good. And I said, that is the most inaccurate thing that you have ever said.
That is just, is it?
And again, I know that this person doesn't watch basketball. And so when they said that, I was like, don't let certain people sway your opinion, man.
Well, it's like when Carlos called earlier and goes, he's a good player with LeBron. And immediately then, and it's a fault of mine, by the way. It's a fault of mine as a host, as a person in life. It's a fault of mine. I don't listen to somebody the minute that they say something. The minute somebody's discussing something or arguing something and they say something that is, to me, the point they make is stupid, my listening ears are off. And the minute someone says, well, LeBron's a good player, I'm done. I'm done because I can't, you're not going to argue facts with me. So I can't listen to you at that point. And that's a weakness of mine. That's bad on my part.
Yeah, well, I let this individual know how wrong they were. And then numerous other people followed suit and said, yeah, dude. You're really wrong. This is stay out of this one, man. It's all right. By the way, for the people that didn't want him, I do want to know from
a lot
people,
of it was performative, by the way.
Sure.
You know it.
Well, no, I'm talking about
no, but there were those who didn't want him, and it was performative.
I want to know from people that weren't thrilled with the idea, that they were tired of the talk. I mean, we see it every single day, or I see the comments, oh, LeBron talk again today. And worth it, because he's here now. For the people that weren't thrilled with the idea of LeBron James coming here, because for whatever, I will say dumb reason, but for whatever reason, are you feeling a little bit better now that it happened? Like, because I think there are some people that say, I don't want this to happen, and in the back of their mind, they realize that it might not happen. And if it doesn't happen, they go, well, I didn't want it to happen anyway. But then it does, and we're all shocked.
You think they're just protecting their hearts.
Not only that, it's just like it's easy to hate a guy that never came here. But now that he's here, and he will do whatever it takes to win a championship. This isn't a guy that's like, he signed one last contract, he's going to get fat and happy. The guy signed a vet minimum deal. He's going to try to win another championship before he retires. You know that this guy's going to put forth full effort to try to win and to try to help grow some of the young players here with the Sixers. Now that he is here, and you could be honest, like, to a man, it's all good. Like, admit that you were saying certain things, not thinking that he was going to come here. Now that he's here, like, do you send a different message? Do you comment YouTube differently? Do you talk to your friends differently? Like, all right, now that he's here, I'm excited. Because there's no way you watch the reaction of this city and just continue to bury your feet and say, nope, I don't like this.
There was Sixers gear all over the airport yesterday.
Yeah.
People walking in the airport. There's never Sixers gear out in July.
No, not in July.
People aren't wearing Sixers gear in July. People were yesterday. I'm getting off a plane. It's 9 in the morning on Sunday morning, and people are in their Sixers gear. People making the conscious choice, like you did this morning, to go grab something Sixers.
Yeah.
And as I said, I sent most of my clothes south, so I have a suitcase full of clothes. I didn't pick any Sixers clothes to stay because when I packed all my stuff to go south, I was like, Sixers aren't even on the radar.
Just go to Rally House. It's your city, it's your house.
It's your city.
House.
Believe me, I'll make a Rally House stop before leaving.
All right, coming up next, why did LeBron James sign with the Sixers? We all know about the roster. It's a very good roster. But there were some tinfoil cap theories that we were throwing out well before the decision was made. Could this be the reason why he signs with the Sixers? Could this be the reason why he doesn't sign elsewhere? We will give you some of those tinfoil cap theories that we had. Also, there is one that makes me look especially smart today, Johnny.
Really?
I'll explain more coming up next. It is Kincade Salciunas here on 97.5, the LeBron home of King James.
Now, a 97.5 LeBron Sports Update.
The King officially signs. I'm Connor Thomas, and the Sixers and LeBron James made it official yesterday. The 2-year, $8 million deal to bring the King to Philly was signed, and it was a weekend of celebration for the city when that was announced on Friday. It's going to continue as we keep reacting to one of the biggest moves in Philadelphia sports history. Shams Charania of ESPN talks about the trust LeBron had in the roster that led to this decision.
LeBron James went into this process once he decided to leave the Lakers, that this would be about winning, about competing at a high level, having a team that he trusts. And so this clearly for LeBron James, he looked at the roster.
Now, the roster ain't even set yet, folks. The next bit of contract business for the Sixers will be an official deal for Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, who negotiated a buyout with the Grizzlies over the weekend to also come to Philadelphia. We'll keep you updated. The Phillies beat the Yankees 11-4 yesterday, snapping a 4-game losing streak. Christopher Sanchez went 6 innings, 3 earned. Bryson Stott had a 5 RBI night. Alec Boehm had 4 himself. They start a series with the Marlins tonight in South Florida. 6:40 p.m. first pitch. Zach Wheeler faces Tyler Phillips. We got 1 week till the MLB trade deadline. We got 1 day till the Eagles report to training camp. They'll report tomorrow. It's about to get even busier, Philadelphia. Jim Lynam of NBC Sports Philly joins us at 8:30 to talk about the LeBron signing. This update is brought to you by the New Jersey Department of Health. Public health works behind the scenes, building a healthier future for everyone. One mission working for you. Learn more at nj.gov/health. I'm Connor Thomas for the home of King James and the 76ers, 97.5 LeBron.
radio home for King James. 97.5 LeBron.
7 a.m. hours brought to you by the BetParks online casino and sportsbook app. Live bet sports on the BetParks app. Play all your favorite casino games. There's always another way to win on the BetParks online casino and sportsbook. Got to be 21 in Pennsylvania, Jersey, or Maryland. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
All right, I might sound smart for a change in this segment.
You promised that you would.
Because I read something from Brian Windhorst this morning that I go, wow, wait, maybe one of my thoughts as to why LeBron James could sign at the Sixers is actually not all that off.
What's that?
I'll tell you in a minute. All right, let's get to a couple of the other tinfoil cap theories that may be more tinfoil cap than this one. We'll see. You guys, we be the judge. So we all know that LeBron James, this came down to the very end. It was, even Rich Paul said it on the podcast again after it dropped that he was picking the Sixers, that it really did come down.
Who do you think it came down to?
I would imagine every team except Minnesota that was mentioned. Sixers,
wait a minute. It couldn't have come down to I'm deciding between 4. It had to come down to if you're doing a decision like this, it came down to the Sixers were being at one point. You weren't doing, we got 4. Nobody does that. Like nobody does. You start narrowing teams down. Who do you think was truly the runner-up?
I still think
it's Golden State?
I still think Golden State.
I think Miami. So I think it was Miami.
And I know that a lot of people were saying Miami, but the Golden State, the pairing with Steph, like hey, if they win, it's one of the greatest stories. If they don't, he played with one of his best friends in the league for 2 years, and
which I think would have been a great story.
Yeah, and so I thought that was part of it, but it came down to the very end, and so you got to think about what went right for us and what went wrong for other teams, and. There's one theory that a lot of people had when the link dropped. You weren't here. The Miami Heat YouTube link. Did you see any of this?
No, I saw it.
So
I saw the story.
Could that have been a reason why he didn't go to Miami?
No, that's just a social media person made a mistake. Why were people making it like it was like there was a conspiracy or something?
I don't know. Connor?
I think that's the entire reason.
Tinfoil cap.
By the way, every team does that. You realize that.
I heard he had a house in South Beach already purchased, and he canceled it.
And they didn't want to go
there.
Well,
he already does.
No, I know.
Anymore.
There's the problem.
No, I think that was just a weird coincidence.
I don't think he's going back to Star Island. Yeah, it was a bad coincidence. It's a bad public. People were making it out to be something. It was like
someone lost their job over it, so there was something enough.
Yeah, exactly. The job opening popped up immediately. Now this is one that. It was something that I said a couple weeks ago, and I might actually sound a little smarter now because of it. So a couple weeks ago when we were talking about the future of clutch sports, who did I talk about being the best player that is not LeBron James that's clutch sports?
Tyrese Maxey.
All right.
Tyrese Maxey.
A lot of people, all the reporters that we talked to locally and nationally talked about how close the Clutch Sports Group is. And somebody brought up that I forget who we had on that made sure to mention. By the way, Nick Nurse is the only head coach in the NBA that's a Clutch Sports guy.
Right.
And you're going, all right, maybe there's something
that helps.
there.
Yeah, that doesn't hurt.
And something I said to you guys was, if I'm Rich Paul, do I go, all right, I need the next face of Clutch? Because LeBron, you're not going to be playing forever. Even though it looks like you could. But you're not going to play forever. We need somebody. And the best player is Tyrese Maxey. Everybody else is solid players, but Tyrese Maxey is the best player and the youngest player because Anthony Davis is 100. So, Tyrese Maxey. I read an article from Brian Windhorst this morning about why he didn't choose Cleveland.
Well, you know why?
Why?
Because he learned exactly what you guys haven't learned. James Harden.
Oh, no, it goes one step further.
Oh, it goes one step further? Because it's
as Brian Windhorst reported, some will say Harden's role as Cleveland's point guard affected James' decision.
I bet it did.
But there is more nuance than that.
Okay.
It's not that the Cavs having Harden was a factor, sources told Brian Windhorst, but rather who the Cavs did not have. To get Harden from the Clippers in February, the Cavs traded Darius Garland. Who's his agent group?
I would imagine it's Clutch Sports.
A clutch rep point guard with whom James has had a years-long relationship with. And maybe, just maybe, there was a little hurt feeling that they traded Clutch group player Darius Garland to a team that was, the Clippers might blow up soon, right? We're trading your client to the Clippers. How many times do we talk about the NBA is the league where the players and agents run the show, right? Like Adam Silver, he's the commissioner, but he doesn't run that league. Like Roger Goodell runs the NFL.
Right.
Adam Silver does not run the NBA. It's the players, it's the agents. And there may have been a factor of trading Darius Garland, Clutch Sports Group guy, to L.A., to the Clippers. And LeBron goes, I don't like that. Why'd you do that to my guy? So maybe I wasn't all that off on the whole Clutch and face of the group, face of the agency.
Here's the other thing. You really believe LeBron James is making a career decision based on something that was done to somebody else? One thing we know about LeBron cares about LeBron.
Sure.
LeBron's making a decision based on LeBron. I think that is ludicrous. Absolutely ridiculous.
Hey.
If he thought that Cleveland was the best place to be, he would have been in Cleveland. That's where he would have been. He's not making a decision.
Maybe if they kept Darius Garland, he would have said that was the best place.
Look, he may love Darius Garland, but I think it's more of James Harden. He knows he ain't winning with James Harden. Now, a lot of people in this market don't understand it, that they keep thinking that James Harden is going to turn into something that he isn't, or that they believe that if I hear one more time he's a top 75 player.
Well, he is a top 75
player.
player.
Not in the postseason he isn't. No, he isn't.
Nope.
Not when there's pressure. No, he's not. In fact, he wilts.
Yeah.
And not wilt the good way.
All right. I need more excitement from the people, man. I just
need some of that.
And I know who to go to for that.
Who's that?
Our man Benny from Montgomeryville.
Oh, Benny.
Benny! What's up, brother? Benny? Oh, okay.
Oh, man.
All right.
That's a bummer.
Maybe Benny fell asleep.
What's
All
up, Benny?
What do we got on the text line?
All right, we'll try and bring the excitement with the text line. This texter says, as a LeBron fan and him being my favorite player along with Allen Iverson, to see him become a Sixer is really unreal. I get to finally root for my favorite team with my favorite player once again.
I like that.
By the way, Allen Iverson, find it. I know it's in the folder. Allen Iverson spoke about the Sixers getting LeBron James, and it like I heard it with when D played it when I was driving home yesterday. Sorry to get emotional here, but like it almost brought a tear to my eye, man. Like my hero, Allen Iverson, was talking so highly of LeBron James, who is now a member of the Sixers. Here's Allen Iverson yesterday.
Let's talk about LeBron. Do you like the idea of him coming to Philly and to play for the Sixers? How do you feel about that?
No, I don't like it. I love it.
I was a little scared for a little bit. and elaborate, please.
I love it just because of the experience. He's the best player in the world. And I know that the city would embrace him. They would love him. And they would treat him well. You know what I mean? And he give us a greater chance to win a championship.
I've heard some commentary about how he would stifle younger players. What do you think about that?
You need guys like that. He's a vet. He's been through all the wars. He's been through every type of situation that you can be in on the basketball court, and he's prevailed at the highest level. And I really think that he would do wonders just working with him day in and day out and helping him, not just with the physical part of the game, with the mental part.
And I just know that first time AI's at the Xfinity Mobile Arena, which it's probably going to be the home opener, right? Like the magnitude of LeBron's first game as a Sixer at home. Every celebrity is going to be there. All the Sixers greats will be like Dr. J. Dr. J will be there, who I believe played a factor in getting LeBron James too. Allen Iverson, that embrace that they will have at center court or wherever Allen Iverson is and LeBron James finds him in front of the screaming Sixers fans at the Xfinity Mobile Arena, dude, that's going to be the hairs on my arms will be standing up for probably an hour after that moment, because that is going to be a special embrace. Allen Iverson and LeBron James, former Sixer and current Sixer.
It's going to be awesome. I mean, it's a wonderful thing. It's joyous for this station. It's joyous for the city. It's joyous for every Sixer fan of every generation. There's just so much to love.
Yeah, so much.
It's going to be awesome. It's going to be must listen to, must watch, and so much fun.
Yeah.
Hey, I saw a social media post from you. Who stole our video game machine? I saw a social media post.
Preston and Steve.
Why did Preston and Steve steal our video game machine?
They just wanted it. They wanted it. It happened on Friday.
What do you mean they wanted it?
It happened before LeBron James signed.
By the way, that's my client. That's my client that brought the machine here. That's my client.
Shouldn't have been on vacation.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. No,
You gotta
I mean,
defend the wall.
who made this decision?
I don't know. They took it. So I stole
That's
Ryan.
ridiculous.
I stole Ryan Shuttleworth, and Connor stole the mini melts.
But that's ridiculous.
Or you had a mini melt this morning.
I had a mini
You
melt.
already ate a mini melt for breakfast this morning.
I might have a second one. LeBron James is a Sixer.
Yeah, I mean,
bro.
LeBron's a Sixer.
Ice cream for
I'm
every
just
meal.
interested. Now, I know. I mean, it's. I know that Preston and Steve get a lot of stuff around here, but I mean, that's my client. Those are my clients. That's the reason that machine here is because of us, not because of Preston and Steve.
Oh.
They don't get to steal the machine.
Well, we got LeBron James. They don't get
we do.
They don't get
That
to
is
air
the
Sixers
truth.
games.
That is the truth.
They can have Miss Pac-Man. We have
I want
LeBron
Casey.
James.
I want Casey in on this.
I think it was a
The
fair
texter.
trade. We got
Yeah.
LeBron James. They get Pac-Man and Gallica. All right.
Yeah,
well,
that's a Sixers Celtics level trade.
Yeah,
there.
like yeah, exactly. We got Jaylen Brown, and they got Paul George. It's all good. I mean, Pac-Man's an old game, right?
that is not Pac-Man. That multi-game, that is like 70, 80 games.
Yeah. Well, you can go down the hall and play it.
No, I'm gonna get that machine back.
All right. What else we got on the text line, Connor?
All right, we also have a check-in here from Sinclair who says, I've wanted Embiid traded for years. I had no hope, barely a reason to watch outside of Maxey and VJ. Then this guy named Mike Gansey gets hired, and I feel like he rescued me from drowning or a burning building. In under 2 months, he got Jaylen Brown, LeBron James. How? I don't care. I love you, Mike Gansey.
Mike Gansey and Bob Myers just go to show you how two professional owners of rooms
unbelievable
that love basketball. And again, I'm sorry that it always comes back to Daryl Morey, but like Daryl Morey had his NBA beliefs, and it was, this is what I believe and this is what we're going to do. And from the very beginning, Bob Myers, his first press conference when they were talking about the search of the president of basketball operations, which ended up being Mike Gansey, Bob Myers talked about this is a collaborative effort. There's not one man that is having a say on something. This is going to be a collective group that gets the new Pobo. Then they get Mike Gansey. Mike Gansey said the exact same thing during his introductory press conference. Yeah, I might be the guy that's calling shots, but I'm going to listen to Bob Myers. I'm going to listen to Nick Nurse. I'm going to listen to Jameer Nelson, who they spoke very highly of. And oh, by the way, a lot of this LeBron James stuff from weeks back. All right, we're going weeks back. We know that he's a Sixer now, and that's great. We're celebrating it. Weeks ago, when Dave McMenamin was on with us, he talked about having basketball people in-house was a big deal. The fact that he knew Mike Gansey from his high school days in Cleveland. Jameer Nelson, a guy that played so long in the NBA. That meant something to LeBron.
And that's why I thought that it was going to be Miami, because I thought the Riley Spoelstra thing was just too strong.
But been there, done that.
That's amazing. I'm glad. No, I'm thrilled. Believe me.
I am
Thrilled with that.
reaping the benefits.
That sounds good.
All right, coming up next, it is today's headlines with Connor Thomas. We'll get some more of your reaction as well. Man, we're going, I can't even say across the pond. We're going very, very far to get some more hype for LeBron James. We'll tell you why next. It's Kincade Salciunas on 97.5 LeBron, the home of King James.
LeBron James. sports talk on 97.5 LeBron.
All right, so I was saying this to you guys earlier. I was talking to somebody that doesn't really watch sports, and they were wondering, like, why this is such a big deal. And
now, are they local?
Yeah. Yeah, they're just not a sports fan. They're in.
I don't know. The thing is, my circle, I just don't know many, so I'm always fascinated by. I'm not. By the way, I'm not saying that that's a bad.
No,
thing.
sometimes I'm jealous of them because when I'm miserable after a loss, they're just like la dee dee doo.
See, I can't imagine.
That. Eagles lose to the 49ers, and I'm like freaking out, and he's just like, another man. Did you see the nice weather we're having? Like sometimes I actually kind of am jealous of those people. And so I was explaining to him that the fact that you know his name, that's why it's big, because you don't watch sports. You don't know anything about sports, but you know who LeBron James is. And I was also explaining that LeBron James is known worldwide. Like, this is not a United States of America thing. This is a worldwide thing. LeBron James is that big of a deal. So let's go to Australia, Johnny. Let's go to Cole in Sydney.
I love it.
What's up, Cole?
Oh, that was an incredible segue, if I can just compliment that one.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that.
I hate to disappoint you with this accent, though, even though I'm calling.
Yeah, I was waiting for a mate, and I'm not getting a mate. I'm very disappointed in this, Cole.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, sorry, guys. How you going?
There you go.
It's pretty good.
How's it doing? Okay for you?
There you go.
That's actually much better.
It's been a couple of years, so you acquired over time. Firstly, I want to say thank you for me moving to the other side of the world, being a Philly sports fan. Whoever posts your videos to YouTube is like a godsend for me.
Austin Jones, man.
Austin
Jones, Dutsy. They do great work.
Thank you, Austin, Dusty. Appreciate that. I just want to call in, like, I woke up to a text from my brother. It was Saturday morning here. One word, just LeBron, ! And, like, barely even able to think about anything else. It's winter here, so there's, like, no beaches for us to go to or anything. But I am so psyched. I was, like, a process person for so long, and it was just grating on me the last few years, and I'm just so glad to be back in it. But, like, the statement this makes, considering I'm 32, and so just considering I was in the doldrums initially as a kid, like my first real sports memory was the 01 finals, and to, have but 08, I only heard the stories of how hard it was because, 08, I got to experience that. But, like, just to have the eyes of the world turn to Philadelphia, like you said, like, the news here, like the Australian anchor news stations are breaking in with the breaking news LeBron James signs with the Philadelphia 76ers. And so I think it's just such a statement about how, like, we are the best fans in America and the world.
I love that.
I love hearing that. Now, I got to ask, what brought you to Sydney?
My brother married an Australian. I had visited when I was a student too, and I've just always loved this place. So
I love that.
Decided to pop over, and been here for like 3.5 years now.
That's awesome, man. Well, I'm glad that you're celebrating. Make sure all the Aussies become Sixers fans, because we can always use more. Like I would appreciate that.
Well, I'll tell you, it's. I'm hoping we can get a few, because you actually had a decent amount. My brother-in-law is a Sixers fan because of Ben Simmons. So,
oh yeah, that's right.
It was a bad thing, but I'm hoping we can weave in some more here.
There we go.
Yeah,
That's
another
awesome.
guy who said he was from Australia but didn't have an accent.
Yeah, well, Cole, your accent sounded good. I'll be honest, man. Like you once you bled right into it, I thought I was talking to Jordan Mailata for a minute. That's how good it was. Cole, you're the man.
Great job,
brother.
Cole. Thanks, man.
I appreciate it, guys. Have a good
Enjoy
one.
yourself.
You too, Cole.
Good
There
night,
he is.
mate.
Cole, yeah, good night. Good night, mate. Jump on the Bobby. All right, time now for today's headlines with Connor Thomas.
Today's headlines with the Connor Thomas.
It's brought to us by Lundy Law. For over 70 years, Lundy Law has been fighting for injured people. If you need them, remember the name Lundy Law, your injury lawyers. Visit LundyLaw.com. That's LundyLaw.com. Believe it or not, boys, there were other sports and other sports news points going on over the weekend. Not that we looked at any of them. But the Phillies made a slight move, the trade deadline in a week. They acquired Cameron Meisner from the Royals for cash considerations. Just what you needed, another left-handed hitting outfielder.
Honestly, dude, Dave Dombrowski, I'm ready for you to go, dude. Like, unless you shock me with something that you do, it's just another move where it's, let's see if he can be a quad A player.
He's. I can't believe people are shocked. Like, I just can't believe people seem shocked by Dave Dombrowski. What are you shocked by? This is what he's done. With the fourth most money to spend, this is how he spent it. He's terrible. He's terrible spending.
I need him to explain what the point is.
Good luck. Good luck.
Like, all right, locked on. What's the point of it? Depth in the farm system?
I don't know. I guess so.
Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs, they're looking to win the AAA World Series. Like,
good.
I mean, let's go.
Hold out for a week, see what else he does. We'll have plenty of time to rip him if they don't do enough.
You know what? This is a move because Cameron Meisner's a big name that he's going to flip for somebody else. That's going to be the Scooble. To get Tarek Skubal, it's we're trading Cameron Meisner.
Here's one: is the worst thing is that Skubal, if it is true that the Braves and the Mets are in on the Braves and the Cubs are in on Skubal, bad news, double bad news. Bad news if it's the Cubs, double bad news if it's the Braves.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be a big week for the Phils and for Dave Dombrowski. It was a guy that's not going to be available that was making headlines yesterday. I don't think Milwaukee is giving up Jacob Mizorowski anytime soon. Did you see what he did in his start yesterday?
I bet the over strikeouts.
Yeah, you were probably a winner there.
Yeah, but you know what, though? I was worried because of the I wondered if they're going to have him on like a innings count.
Yeah.
And by the time I checked the app, I was like, oh, see, I'm burning the Bet Parks app up because I'm about to lose it.
Yeah.
I'm about to lose it on Friday.
One of the wildest stat lines you'll ever see. So he struck out 12 of the first 13 batters he faced. He only went 5 innings and allowed 1 earned on a solo home run. So somebody after that did go yard against him.
He threw a lot of pitches.
Yeah,
I mean,
but
it was, but when you're striking people out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just an insane.
He was at 83 pitches when he was out. They go, what's the point of we're up big? What's the point of sending you out?
They were up 3-1 at that.
Oh,
point.
at the time?
3-1.
I know they won 11-2.
They won 11-2.
Right.
Yeah. That. By the way, that Milwaukee team again.
Yeah.
You both are like, no, they're not real.
Solid baseball team.
It ain't October yet.
No, but you guys are both they're not real.
I never said that this year. Said that.
Okay,
last
so you
year.
say it different this year?
Yeah, they're a solid baseball team.
Because they are.
They got the best pitcher in the world.
They are. They're awesome.
We'll evaluate as we get closer to October. And now I want to round out with this because this was played over the weekend. We have not played it yet here on the show. I'm not going to go through today's headlines without the biggest headline, even though we've been talking LeBron. I want to find a little place to play this for you, see where you guys stand on the parody song like Middays with Mark's Love So Much.
And they got JB, LeBron, and MB, the real big three. They gave up some players because they needed change. And you got to say his name. His name is LeBron James. I'm talking about the man.
Terribly slow. Slow. Too slow. Too slow for parody songs.
Biggest critic in the world.
Too slow? No, I like parody songs. I love them. That's too slow. It's just a parody. I think parody songs are better when they're upbeat. That's not an upbeat song. I like the it just takes too long to get at.
I think that guy's really good. He does them during the Eagles game.
He's brilliant. He's fantastic.
So
I want to hear him do one that's more to an upbeat. By the way, he does them during the Eagles season. They're fantastic.
Yeah, he's awesome.
But that one is just too long. That song takes too long to get into it. It just is for a parody song. I like them more fun.
I thought it was fun. I liked it.
I just wanted your guys' reaction to it. Because Sean Brace was going
Am I
nuts
allowed
over
to have
it
a
on
different
Saturday.
reaction than you?
I know,
It's like you're offended. I have a different reaction than you.
I'm just saying I like it.
That's good. But don't be offended. But I didn't
I'm not
like
offended.
it. I don't like it.
I liked it.
Didn't like
You're
it.
breaking it down. Speed.
Didn't like it. That's why I didn't like it.
I'm just saying I liked
it's
it.
like I like parody songs that are funny. Sean Brace's versions are usually funny and very upbeat.
That guy's very talented.
He is talented.
Great. All right, coming up next, it'll be 8 a.m. when we return. On Wednesdays at 8 o'clock, we speak to Adam Schefter. This show is so powerful that we even got the attention of Rich Paul.
What?
I'll explain more coming up next because I'm serious. This show got the attention of Rich Paul. And then we'll talk about how much you all mattered when it came to this decision. It's Kincade Salciunas on 97.5 LeBron, the home of King James.
Now, a 97.5 LeBron Sports Update.
LeBron signs the deal. I'm Connor Thomas, and the Sixers and LeBron James made it official yesterday as the 2-year, $8 million deal to bring the King to Philly was signed, sealed, and delivered. It was a weekend of celebration here in Philadelphia, and it's going to continue to be as we keep reacting to one of the biggest moves in Philadelphia sports history. Brian Windhorst of ESPN talked about the trust that LeBron showed in Sixers management by choosing to come to Philadelphia.
LeBron trusted the management. He trusts, I'm sure, Bob Myers. He trusts Mike Gansey. Philly had some things going against them. They weren't home. They weren't Miami. They weren't Cleveland. They weren't Golden State. But what they had going for them ended up being the difference.
Next bit of contract business for the Sixers will be trying to work out the official deal for Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, who negotiated a buyout with the Grizzlies over the weekend, also planning on coming to Philadelphia. The Phillies beat the Yankees 11-4 yesterday, snapping a 4-game losing streak. Christopher Sanchez, 6 innings, 3 earned on the mound. Bryson Stott had a 5 RBI night. Alec Boehm had a 4 RBI night himself. They start a series with the Marlins tonight in South Florida, 6:40 p.m. first pitch. Zach Wheeler faces Tyler Phillips. We got 1 week till the MLB trade deadline, and we have 1 day until the Eagles report to training camp. That's tomorrow. Their first practice will be on Wednesday. It's about to get real busy in the sports scene, Philadelphia. Jim Lynam of NBC Sports Philadelphia joins us at 8:30 to talk about the LeBron signing. I'm Connor Thomas for the home of King James and the 76ers, 97.5 LeBron.
This is Kincade Salciunas, 97.5 LeBron.
It is 8 a.m. here on Kincade Salciunas, 97.5 LeBron, the home of King James. The Sixers, everything changed Friday at 11:30. It changed earlier in the summer when they acquired Jaylen Brown, but man, when LeBron James gets here, you realize just how serious this season is going to be. Can't wait for it. It's going to be so much fun, and we've been reacting to it all show with you. Weekends we're buzzing here on the Fanatic. Friday, midday with Sean and Ray, and then Unfiltered with Bill. He did a great job. Brendan Gunn and the getting sideswiped story that he told on the air.
He got hit the other day.
Oh, we're all ready to go, man. Everybody wanted to play. Everyone be a part of the show, so it's been fun. And again, later on in the 9 o'clock hour, we want to play a bunch of voice memos. If I say to you, LeBron James is a Philadelphia 76er, boom, red light, go. Whatever that voice memo is, just let it rip. We're going to play a bunch of them coming up in the 9 o'clock hour, kind of like a We Hear You segment like Unfiltered does in the afternoon. You just send those to 610-632-0975. It's the same way you do the text line. It's just you're adding your voice into it, and we will play them throughout the course of the show. You will hear an old voice memo, Johnny, later on this segment.
An old one?
Yes, because I do believe that this city, the people, the fans, had a big part of LeBron James signing with the Sixers.
Okay.
Explain more coming up in a little bit. But in a few days, we'll be speaking with Adam Schefter. Wednesday at this time. Usually calls in right around 8:03. We get him up on the air as quick as possible. And then we talk about the Eagles. But the last couple of weeks, we've been asking him for his latest on LeBron James. Because Adam Schefter has broken NBA stories before. I mean, when you're that big at your job, when you're that great at it, you're also talking to other sports, especially because he has a fondness of the NBA. He loves basketball. And so we were asking him, all right, yo, dude, like, what are you hearing?
Like, what are you, like, are you hearing
LeBron
anything?
James?
Are you hearing anything?
And he did tell us about a text message that he received on June 30th. June 30th was the date that he received a text message from somebody that he trusted saying, hey, really keep an eye on Miami here. And so that's what Shefty reported. And if you remember, like a day or two later was when the Sixers got Jaylen Brown. So that kind of changed everything. Shefty, every time we asked him, hey, what else have you been hearing? What else have you been hearing? He just kept on going back to the same text that he got. Because Shefty wasn't doing digging. He wasn't like...
No, he wasn't out there working the story.
Yeah, he wasn't going to be the guy. He wasn't trying to break the LeBron James story. It's like, all right, I'll use whatever information is sent my way.
He doesn't want to make Shams look bad.
Right. And so
by the way, Shams has not exactly had a great month. He's not had a great month. He got the story at the end, but he didn't have the story the whole way.
He was mentioning Philly.
Everybody was mentioning Philly, but he was mentioning Philly as the fourth choice most of the time. He was mentioning them as the fourth, then he was mentioning them as the third. I went back and was reading the tweets. I mean, he really didn't report well in the story. He did not have a good handle on this story.
Was he reporting Sixers were fourth in line, or was he just saying them
at
fourth?
One point, he was never putting them as the top. He was never putting the Sixers as now most people did not have them at the top. But he did not have a really good read on them.
I think he was just saying the names, and I don't look.
He never once was saying the Sixers are real serious, like this is coming down to it. Sixers is like, he did
a couple times last week because he was saying the fact that the Sixers are still in the mix, it's about the roster. I mean, he said that last week. We played it on the show.
As far as it comes down to the roster. But he never was saying he was a Miami guy. He was a Cleveland guy. That it looked like Miami and Cleveland.
I don't think he ever said that there was a favorite. I know Wendy.
No, he never said it was a favorite,
point.
but he was more. When he was talking more. I watched that NBA Live all the time. He was absolutely talking. The Sixers were never talked about when he was talking number one. The Sixers were not coming out of his mouth number one.
Okay,
like in any way. Now, by the way, nobody's were getting this right.
Yeah.
So
bottom line is. Sixers are in the mix, and Shefty on this show was saying, hey, I heard about Miami. So this was Rich Paul. Rich Paul on his podcast, the Game Over Pod with Max Kellerman. And when I say this show has some power,
it did.
There was nobody else asking Adam Schefter about the latest on LeBron James because we were the only show that it really mattered for.
Correct.
And I don't know if he does weekly hits in Miami or Cleveland. We were the ones asking him for his latest update on LeBron James. And take a listen to what Rich Paul had to say.
These things are always fun, man. These things, I mean, you've been with me throughout the whole thing, going back and forth. And, all the speculation out there, as you can see, was so far left. I mean, I felt bad for my guy, Adam Schefter. Somebody sold him a lemon. And, it was just one of those things, man.
He specifically calls out Adam Schefter because his clips were going viral on this station, on this show, when he was talking about LeBron to Miami and Rich Paul. So clearly, they read everything.
They do, and they hear it. And then, again, fine work, Austin.
Yeah,
they're getting it out there. I mean, that's and you mentioned LeBron. First of all, mention Schefter. It gets incredible traction. Mention LeBron James. That's like a double shot.
Yeah, absolutely.
Of social media.
And they keep up with everything. And that's why I will once again say I think this city had a big part in all of this. A couple of weeks ago, we had Dave McMenamin on. It was July 10th. So 14 days before, literally 2 weeks before LeBron James made his decision that he was going to pick the Sixers to play with to most likely, I guess, end his career. I never know with him, but to most likely end his career with the Philadelphia 76ers. And we asked Dave, all right, what does LeBron want? Because we didn't know. Nobody knew.
What
we didn't
was
know
the priority?
if it was number one championship or was it number one lifestyle? Was it number one family? Was it number one money? Clearly it wasn't. He signed the vet minimum. And this was a very important part of the answer from Dave McMenamin that, remember, that day when we had that interview, it was at the end of the show. It sucked that it was at the very end. We immediately went to Johnny Marks and Sean Brace and said, yo, we just gave you something because my takeaway, we talked about it. We could probably go back and find the audio of when we were done with Dave. My entire attitude changed. I was like, oh, my God.
When I heard that, it was like, okay, this sounds real. We both said before the end of that show, it sounds more real than either one of us ever thought.
Yeah, we actually feel like there's a chance here. This is what Dave McMenamin said about one of the things that LeBron really wanted.
I really do, and I don't know where he puts this in the hierarchy of his needs, but he wants to win another championship. I've talked to him about it ad nauseum since 2020, which, now 6 years since his last championship. So certainly that is in the mix of what he wants. Also, he's a guy that likes being liked, and he likes being accepted and celebrated. And quite frankly, the experience that he had in Los Angeles, for a variety of reasons, that fan base never fully embraced him. At times they did. It never felt like this beautiful fit.
That point of that clip, because that was almost a 2-minute long answer of what LeBron wants.
Yeah, that was weird.
I was like, well, I know he'll get love and appreciated in Cleveland because it's family. He's home. That's where he's from. I know he'll be loved and appreciated in Miami because he won a championship there. But you even said it earlier, and it's not a joke. The Miami fans aren't there until the second quarter.
And
they're not living and dying by the Heat. If the Heat went 0-82 with LeBron James, their lives aren't really impacted by it.
I'll tell you, there's a different thing. There's a different life in the South.
Yeah.
There's a different life in South Beach. There's a different life. I'm going back to Atlanta. Different life in Atlanta. Going to sporting events in different cities, it's more of an event. When the Philly fans show up, like they didn't for the Knicks series, which hopefully will never happen again, this will be it's an event. They're there early. They're loud.
We're there
crazy.
for the game.
They're there for the game. They're there for the event.
We're there for the result. And
Correct.
We're much happier when it's a win than when it's a loss. Whereas Miami, it's like, all right, they lost. Which club do you want to go to? Where do you want to? Where's the after party? What nightlife do you want to go to? It's different here. And so when Dave McMenamin said that 2 weeks ago, or a little over 2 weeks ago now, it felt like Philadelphia had a legitimate chance. And here we are now on July 27th celebrating months before the season starts that LeBron James picked the Philadelphia 76ers. And if you remember, one of the big things during this entire hoopla of LeBron James was the voice memos. Like, teams were sending voice memos, players were sending voice memos to Rich Paul, to LeBron James, kind of making their case because he wasn't really meeting with teams. He wasn't going city to city to sit down. LeBron knew what he wanted. It was up to some of the teams to really make their case. And so Connor had the great idea weeks ago when we found out about this that we should send voice memos to LeBron James. And we had a contest, and the winner was able to receive a pair of tickets to the home opener for the Philadelphia 76ers. And remember what we were saying? There's a chance that you could see LeBron James at this home opener wearing a Sixers jersey. Well, our man Dan from Jersey won weeks ago and will now be able to see LeBron James in a Sixers jersey on the home opener. And if you remember, we were asking for some of the creative voice memos, and this is what we got a couple weeks ago.
My lord, my liege, my everything, King James, 1,000 pardons. I doth beseech you, please come to the home of the United States of America, the birthplace of freedom, on the 250th anniversary of our nation's birth. Come home and give this city what it has always longed for. A city of champions,
Now, cannot confirm nor deny if that was what got LeBron James signed here. Like, I'm not entirely sure. Like, LeBron will have to answer that question at the press conference. Hopefully somebody from like Kyle Newby goes to the press conference and goes, hey, was that voice memo the one that got you here? I think it played a factor.
It was certainly, it would have to have been something that moved them. It would have to be one that moved them because that was certainly funny. That was great. Yeah, you're too young to remember. There was a villain on Batman named King Tut.
Okay.
He was a Villanova graduate.
Oh, how about that?
An actor, Victor Bono. He sounded like King Tut from Batman, but that was funny. That was very funny. That was good. And look, it won him tickets.
It won him tickets, and now he's going to be able to see LeBron.
Hey, when there's breaking news, Connor, I'm going to leave you up to be able to, because God knows how long we'll be going here. But joining us now on Kincade and Salciunas on my final week, Shaquille O'Neal joins us on the day that 97.5 LeBron, we've rebranded the station, has come to Philadelphia, and I appreciate you getting up with us this morning, big man. I saw you at Niagara Falls, but everybody is LeBron crazy in town. How are you, big man?
I'm doing fine. How about yourself?
We're thrilled. You kidding me? LeBron James is a Sixer.
You tell that technician who I just called that hung up on me, next time he hangs up on me, he's going to be working in Siberia.
Connor, do you have an answer for it wasn't you? Okay, good. So it wasn't Connor.
Somebody in the back.
Wasn't Connor.
Somebody back.
That's Shaquille O'Neal that does not get hung up on. So, I mean, look, man, did you ever think LeBron was going to be a Sixer? Be honest.
No. No. Hell no. The other no. And the bad no. No. Not at all.
What did it then? What do you think did it? Do you think the idea of him winning a championship here was actually a real thing? Like he really believed that this was the best place to do it?
Maybe you guys do have the ingredients. And can't go wrong with a Maxey, a Jaylen Brown, an Embiid, and a LeBron. However, it's championship or bust. I hate to say it.
Oh, of course, it's championship or bust, right? I don't think anybody's thinking otherwise. It's got to get done. But Shaq, where did you think he was going to go, or where did you want him to go from a basketball standpoint? I mean, you're talking about the league all the time. Was there a part of you saying, I wish he went to this destination because it would have been fun to talk about this?
Golden State would have been fun.
Yeah.
Cleveland would have been, in my opinion, the Karate Kid thing to do. Miami would have been also fun with him, to be honest. But I was thinking either Golden State or Miami, or maybe Cleveland. Started off in Cleveland, left, went to Miami, won a championship. You know what? I'm going to go back to Cleveland, win the championship. Hey, I'm going to leave again and then end his career in Cleveland. So I really thought it was going to be Cleveland. But, hey, Philadelphia, again, championship or bust. I don't want to hear about, we won 50 games this year. No. You got to win a championship this year or next year.
But, Shaq, think of it this way, is that if he goes back to Miami, he goes there. He went to Miami and delivered on the promise. I said I'm going to win a championship, and I won it. He went back to Cleveland and said, I'm going to bring you a championship, and he won one. So he already delivered on those. If he went back to either one of those cities, he had a chance to have his final chapter there to be failure. I think here he sees it as nothing but a chance to be gravy because this city has not seen anything in a quarter of a century.
Yeah, but when you stack the team with that much talent, it's championship or bust. When they first got to Miami and they weren't playing well, everybody was going crazy, and then they finally picked it up, and like you said, he delivered. But, hey, Jaylen Brown, Maxey, I know you guys are getting some other pieces. Joel Embiid, who was once the best big man in the league 2, 3, 4 years ago. And now LeBron, aging LeBron, but he still can give you 20 to 25 points every now and then.
Now, speaking of the magnitude of LeBron James, we could talk X's and O's all we want. You mentioned Joel Embiid, and one of the big talking points over the years has been the want and the will and doing whatever it takes to get his body right. bringing in a LeBron James, even if it's not just Embiid, what does he bring to a locker room where he can lead a lot of players, young players, or guys like Joel Embiid, to a different level of their game?
Well, I played with LeBron. He's actually a fabulous leader. He's definitely going to lead by example. He's going to be there early. He's going to be in tremendous shape. He's going to, and if guys follow, you can't be a good leader if your followers don't follow. So if guys follow him and, sees what he does, and they should be able to develop new habits. However, you have to want it. You have to want to be the best big man in the league. You have to want to not shoot jumpers and go in the post and not use the excuse of, oh, the game is different. We don't play like Charles and Shaq used to play. Listen, you got to play. You have to play the advantages. If you're bigger and stronger than everybody, I'm not shooting jump shots. I don't care what era this is. I don't care what you're doing. This is exactly why, San Antonio Spurs lost the championship. You got a guy out there 7'6" shooting jumpers.
I don't understand. The one thing that has just bothered me a little bit about this is how is Nick Nurse going to figure out how to work with all this talent and make it work with Embiid? Because I sort of see how the other players fit, but how Joel fits. What would you say to Joel Embiid right now? And I'm sure he's probably listening. What would you say to Joel about this offseason, this upcoming season, and what he has to be for this Sixers team?
Two things. One, you have to dominate, and also you have to do the other things. This team has a 1, 2, 3, 4 punch. My only concern is Tyrese Maxey worked hard to become the man. Now you bring in a Jaylen Brown. Does he still be the man, or does he have to take a step back to where he was? Because of opportunity, Tyrese had to step up and be the man. Now it's like we're saying, okay, Tyrese, we brought Jaylen here. You can go back to just being a regular guy. And VJ, slow down a little bit. Oh, and guess what? We got LeBron. We got these veterans, so you guys can slow down. I just hope that they all find the ability to put their foot on the gas pedal and play at a high level. It's going to be difficult with those 4 guys because Tyrese, because of how he played last year, he's going to love to want the ball. Jaylen Brown has something to prove. He's going to want the ball. Joel Embiid's going to want the ball. And we all know LeBron loves the ball. So that's a very interesting question, Ed.
Now,
we'll just have to see.
Now, Shaq, I mean, I'm not going to compare Philly to L.A. in terms
About time you asked me a question, other guy. Jeez.
Oh, my gosh. Come on. He's asked enough. Andrew's asked enough.
Sorry. I got one more. And it's about nightlife.
Right,
all right, it's nightlife. So I hope maybe we'll like
he
this
knows
one.
the nightlife.
That's what I'm saying. Like I'm not trying to compare. I'm not trying to compare Philly to L.A. in terms of nightlife and celebrities, but LeBron James brings a different sort of cachet, a different energy to an arena. So you've played in Philadelphia. You know that Allen Iverson's going to be around. What does LeBron James bring to a city? What does LeBron James bring to an arena that might be a little bit more than just basketball?
HOPE. Hope. And, even though he's the agent of LeBron, you hear the name LeBron, and I think everybody thinks this is the Miami or the Cleveland LeBron. We still have to realize that, listen, he's on his last leg. He still plays well, but when you get a guy like LeBron James in, it brings the city hope. And, Philly is a city similar to New York. Hey, man, we got to get it done this year. So, he has a 2-year deal. In a perfect world, he'll get 2 in a row. But if he can win one, it'll just add to his legacy. If he doesn't win one, it'll take away from his legacy a little bit, but not really. You got all these guys talking about he's ring chasing. No, he's continuance chasing. It's funny that the guys that don't have rings saying somebody's ring chasing. Hey, you got 4. You on your way out. You got the opportunity to play with other greats and win some other ones. Hey, it's acceptable. It's not like the guy doesn't have any rings. He has 4. He's done it the right way. He stayed out of trouble. He's carried the league for a long time. But when this thing is over, it's over. So you take advantage of all opportunities.
Do you think
the Lakers didn't want him, so he's a free agent. So hey, my last 2 years, you try to stack it up.
Do you think the Knicks should be the favorites in the East, or do you think the Sixers should be?
The Knicks should definitely be the favorite out of respect to championship, but you know they lost a couple of pieces. Like it's going to be hard for them to get away with certain things like that Mitchell Robinson character. I know he just went somewhere else, so I don't really know who their big is, and you know we're going to see what's up with their chemistry. But out of respect, because they won the championship, they definitely are the favorites. But you know, hey, on paper, when it comes talent-wise. You gotta go Philly. I mean, it's just look, Jalen, Woo, LeBron, Woo, Embiid, Woo, Maxey, Woo, Edgecombe. That's a hell of a team right there. Wow.
It's going to be awesome. I have a feeling you're going to be making some visits. I'll look forward to seeing you more in person now too. Be able to see you more.
Congratulations.
All right, buddy.
Congratulations.
I love you.
I love you.
I'll see you soon. Take care, man.
Hey, technician man, you hang up on me again. Threats warm, buddy, because you're going to be working in Siberia for AT&T.
Thank you, Shaquille.
Thanks, Shaq. Appreciate
you,
the
buddy.
time.
Take care, man. Love you, too.
I'm afraid to hang up on him. I don't want to hang up. You hang up, Shaq, because I don't want to hang up on him.
Yeah, you got to be careful.
There he goes. He hung up on his own. I ain't doing it.
Got to be careful.
Oh, man.
We drove by the ranch's exit the other day, and I'm like, yeah, I've been to the ranch in a while. Go down to the Shaq Ranch. Said he's glad that he could jump in this morning. He wanted to jump in on that. On vacation.
Somebody in the back didn't believe it. All right, coming up next. By the way, we have another guest. Jim Lynam. Watched Wilt, watched Jordan, watched LeBron. Guess what, guys? We don't always have to have a take. This guy's better than that guy, and that's why I hate the other guy. He appreciates everybody. And he gets to talk about everybody. That comes your way next. Jim Lynam here on 97.5 The Fanatic.
Now, a 97.5 LeBron Sports Update.
The deal is official. I'm Connor Thomas, and the Sixers and LeBron James made it official yesterday. The 2-year, $8 million deal to bring the King to Philly was signed, and it was a weekend of celebration for the city. It's going to continue as we keep reacting to one of the biggest moves in Philadelphia sports history. Shams Charania of ESPN talked about the trust LeBron showed in the roster here in Philadelphia in making his decision.
LeBron James went into this process once he decided to leave the Lakers, that this would be about winning, about competing at a high level, having a team that he trusts. And so this clearly for LeBron James, he looked at the roster.
Next bit of contract business for the Sixers are going to be working out a deal with Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, who negotiated a buyout with the Grizzlies over the weekend with intentions to follow the King to Philadelphia. The Phillies beat the Yankees 11-4 yesterday, snapping a 4-game losing streak. Christopher Sanchez went 6 innings, 3 earned. Bryson Stott a 5 RBI night. Alec Boehm had 4 RBIs himself. They start a series with the Marlins tonight in South Florida. 6:40 p.m. is the time for first pitch. Zach Wheeler faces Tyler Phillips. We got 1 week until the MLB trade deadline. The Eagles report to training camp tomorrow, so football season getting going too. It's about to get real busy, Philly. Jim Lynam of NBC Sports Philadelphia joins us next to talk about where LeBron sits in the legacy of the NBA and how he fits in Philly. I'm Connor Thomas for the home of King James and the 76ers 97.5 LeBron.
Home for King James. 97.5 LeBron.
I love it. It's been a damn party. 97.5 LeBron, the home of King James, celebrating LeBron James coming to the Philadelphia 76ers. He has already posted on Instagram, 4:12 a.m., time to get to work. He was already hitting the gym, getting ready to go for another season in the NBA at the age of 41, and with your team, your town, your Philadelphia 76ers, and a man that knows this team inside and out, the history of it, the history of the NBA, and has a love for the Sixers just like you and I, Johnny, from NBC Sports Philadelphia. Our man Jim Lynam joins us. Jim, good morning. How are you?
Andrew, how you doing, buddy?
Doing great. The Sixers signed LeBron James. I'll leave it at that, and I want your reaction.
So I heard.
What was it like when you found out Friday that he was coming here through all the speculation that we were having? Just what was your immediate reaction when you found out one of the best players in the history of the sport joined the Sixers?
Yeah, I was on the golf course and
surprise
just made
there.
the turn.
That's a surprise.
Yeah, and ironically, when I was in the pro shop before, signing up before we went out, one of the guys who I know behind the counter asked me, "What's the chance of LeBron?" I said, "Long shot, dude, long shot." So when I made the turn, the guy was he almost ran out, jumped over the counter to tell us that the Sixers signed him. But I actually 3 weeks out, I thought they had an honest shot. I really did. I actually went on Calci. Of course, I never made a move, but at the first time I went on Calci, there was a 6% chance. And about 4 or 5 days later, I went, and 6 had jumped to 12. But I think the one thing that loomed large in my mind, obviously he has a relationship with Tyrese through the common bond with the agent. I think Mike Gansey was a huge factor. He's a guy born and raised in Cleveland. But for me, and this is just my opinion, of the teams in which LeBron was interested, if you plug him into any one of those various teams, for me, his best chance to win a championship is the Philadelphia 76ers, far and away. It's just me.
Coach, when you hear news like that, do you put yourself into Nick Nurse's shoes and say, boy, how would I make all this talent work? How are they going to be able to do it?
Yeah, that's an interesting question. Actually, somebody in our group, when we went back out on the course, actually made the statement. I guess Nick Nurse is ecstatic, was the quote. And I said to him, yeah, in one sense ecstatic, but in another sense, the wheels will never stop turning at this point. Because obviously with the acquisition of LeBron, the expectations, go through the roof. And as talented, and obviously this team is extremely talented, as they are, it doesn't go on autopilot. It's not like you just roll the ball out there and these guys figure it out. So in one sense, I think Nurse will embrace the challenge. He's coached a superstar up in Toronto and won a championship with Kawhi. So I'm sure he's really looking forward to it, but he's got his work cut out.
Now, Jim, unfortunately, when LeBron James' name is mentioned, there are people that feel the need to talk poorly about LeBron, to talk highly about Michael Jordan, or LeBron James isn't the best, Wilt Chamberlain is the best, and this is why LeBron stinks. Instead of just saying, all three guys are great, you've been able to watch all three in action, and I always love the way you speak of all three, Wilt Chamberlain, Michael Jordan, and LeBron James. You're not trying to say who's better than the other. You just talk fondly of all three individuals. So being that you've been able to see all three, can you give us your educated opinion on where LeBron James stands with some of the other greatest players in the history of the sport and what makes him so special?
Well, I'll try. That he's on the top shelf with whoever else you choose, if in fact you have somebody else there. That's a given for me. He is, the way I say it is, he's obviously one of the greatest players of all time. Now, if you want to say he belongs there by himself, knock yourself out. The fact of the matter is that there's a select few that actually play at the level this guy's played at. Nobody, I will tell you this, nobody has come close as much as I love Jordan, and as I was a kid, obviously, like most guys in Philadelphia growing up, Chamberlain was one of your heroes. He dominated his sport. I think it's fair to say, like no other player in the history of sports. He dominated the NBA more than Tiger dominated the PGA, more than Babe Ruth dominated Major League Baseball. That's simply a fact. So obviously I have, like strong feelings for those guys. I think LeBron belongs in that conversation. Nobody has come close to playing at the level of his sport, any sport, at his age. I mean, the guy is, look at the year he had last year. I mean, is he the LeBron of yesteryear when he was 28, 32 years old? Of course not. But he's still capable of dominating games. And I think the one thing I would point out, I didn't really know Chamberlain. I knew Jordan a little bit through Charles Barkley. One thing I would say that Jordan and LeBron have in common, they have a will to win, like a competitive gene, the likes of which we mortals cannot comprehend. And I mean that literally. These guys, they can't get enough. The competition is what actually fuels them from day to day. If, like, let's say LeBron had retired, then he'd be a competitor on the golf course. He'd have to find another way to release whatever that is when the chase begins.
I love it. So excited to think of what this means for the city, what it means for the franchise. But, Coach, do you believe that a reset like this has ever been seen before in the NBA? I mean, just 8 weeks ago, the Sixers limped off the court against the Knicks, and the franchise looked sort of lost. And now, like Shaquille O'Neal was just on with us, and Shaq said, championship or bust. I've never seen anything like this, but you're a historian of the sport. What have you seen? Yeah, no, I don't know that I've really thought about it. I mean, I've heard them say that, but in the comparative sense, John, no, I think you're on target. I mean, I did hear somebody say, I think it was a caller on the radio within the past couple of days, like that if somebody had told you after that blowout Game 4 against the Knicks, and I'll use your phrase, that there's going to be a reset, and it's going to start with the acquisition of Jaylen Brown for the Celtics. And by the way, in that deal, Paul George and his contract will head north to Boston. It's unbelievable. Yeah, and then for cherry on the cake, LeBron James is going to do, a stunner to not just the basketball world, but the planet, and decide to take his talents to South Philly. Maybe there's a comparison out there, but I'd be, off the top of my head, I'd be groping to find one. Now, last thing for you, Coach. We've been asking people today just to sort of talk about what this means to them, right? Because this is a big deal. This is bigger than basketball. I was telling John a story about somebody I know that doesn't even watch sports, and they know who LeBron James is. So this is bigger than basketball. But you know the wars that we've gone through as Sixers fans, and you have the appreciation of basketball in Philadelphia, right? That there is a big community of basketball fandom. So when you bring in a LeBron James, when you bring in one of the greatest players in the history of the sport, what does that mean for a basketball-crazed city like Philadelphia? Well, I think it's the excitement meter, just that goes through the roof, and rightly so. I mean, we don't know how this is going to play out, and certainly there'll be, pitfalls and challenges as it unfolds. But that this team will be a topic of conversation. I mean, I guess the word a lot of them like to use is relevant. Relevant to the nth degree. They're going to be on the tip of everybody's tongue all year long. And as I said, I think rightly so. It's a really, really talented group. And I think it's a group, the Sixers, I think, have done a pretty good job over recent years. They're getting the right kind of guys. And in adding LeBron, he'd take that to the max. This guy he's the total package. I mean, not just does he bring the talent, the experience, the drive. He's a winner. He that's what he's about. I mean, that's the reason, obviously, that, as I said at the top, that he's here, in my opinion. I haven't heard him speak to it, but he's in this to try to win another championship. And I'll just say,
like finally that for somebody to knock that, I mean, man, the guy could go into the sunset if he so chose, but that's not who he is. That's why he's accomplished what he has. He wants to do it one more time. There's a good coaching friend of mine who came back in, a legendary kind of guy. I said, why would you do this one more time? And he said, just to show him once again.
That's awesome.
Oh, I love that. Oh,
That's
that was
awesome.
great, Coach. Thank you so much for coming on this morning.
Where are you
We
playing
appreciate
today,
it.
Coach? Are you playing today?
Not a day off today. We have a game tomorrow up home, so I take a day off once in a while.
Thanks,
awesome.
Coach.
Thanks,
Enjoy
Coach.
yourself.
Appreciate it.
All right, guys. My pleasure.
Take
Thanks.
There is Jim Lyman. I love that. I love him because he loves basketball. Like, he loves basketball. He's not all about the hoopla. It's just like basketball, right? And he doesn't have to give takes about Jordan's better and LeBron stinks. I see my man 215J Philly on our YouTube channel. Oh, he can't shoot free throws, blah, blah. Just appreciate the greatness of anybody.
No, that was the guest we had earlier.
Yeah.
That was Shaquille.
You're going to Siberia, too.
Oh, believe me, he'll kill me. We did that one day on the podcast, did a free throw shooting contest.
did you?
Cold. Yeah, I got my ass kicked still, but it was close for a while. I should have apologized because Coach's daughter, Kathy, was one of my classmates at O'Hara. And Dee was a year behind us before she went west. And Kathy, one of the smartest kids in our class, but alphabetically, she always had to sit in front of behind me.
That sucks.
So imagine distraction of like one of the smartest kids in the class having me distracting them.
Yeah.
So sorry, Coach. Hey, she became a huge success, Dr. Lynham.
She could have been even bigger for all we know.
I distracted her
if you
quite a
didn't
bit.
distract her so much.
Well, it helped her focus.
Today's a day of celebration. The
It's so
celebration
awesome.
continues. And coming
So
up
awesome.
next, we have a poll today running, brought to us by Dr. Avedon Appel and the team at Iron Mountain Men's Health. The poll has been strong all 4 hours.
Who didn't know that? It's been all weekend.
John had the question for the poll, and it goes kind of alongside the topic that we're going to get into next here. The anticipation for this season is at an all-time high. We'll discuss that coming up next because has it ever been higher? It's Kincade and Salciunas on 97.5 LeBron, the home of King James.
on 97.5 LeBron.
Yes. Oh, my God. It doesn't get tired. It doesn't get old. The fact that LeBron James is Sixer, oh, my God. It's been – I'm not joking. So John texted me on Saturday when you were, your final day in Florida before you made it back. And, John –
I was in Georgia on Saturday.
Yes. So
checking out the new condo.
You checked in on me, and you were asking me how I was doing. I was like, dude, I
said, did you need a sedative?
I could not sleep Friday night. And I'm not joking. That is not a radio bit. Friday night, I couldn't sleep. Anytime I dozed off, I was having a dream that I was supposed to be on ESPN. I was supposed to do a shift on ESPN, or my alarm was going off, and I wasn't waking up for mornings here. I had 80 different times I woke up in a panic. And I kept on going, oh, my God, it's only 2 o'clock in the morning. I couldn't sleep Friday night, man.
Because you're so excited.
This was such a big deal. And it's why when I got a tweet saying, what do you mean this is a life-changing thing? Yes, it's life-changing.
It is life-changing.
There is a different level of excitement that we are going to have every single night watching a Sixers game. Not I already was in every night, but now it's oh, my God, LeBron freaking James is playing for the Sixers,
It's
man.
amazing. And life-changing, you don't have to be so serious.
Right.
You don't have to take it as it's not as big as your wedding day.
I still have to go to work tomorrow.
Exactly. We all have to go to work tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, we all do. It's about fun. It's about fun. It's about joy. It's about finding something that is how people spend their leisure time. I can only tell you is that your leisure time is very, very important. It's very, very good to your mental health, to your things like that. And the happiness of this, are you kidding me? This is awesome.
Yeah, this is unbelievable. And that's why one of our questions for the rest of the show, you can climb in on the phone line, Davis on the text line, Feel the Davis difference. Check them out in Burlington. You can also answer our poll of the day, which is brought to us by Dr. Avidan Appel and the team at Iron Mountain Men's Health. It stood up. It's strong, thanks to Dr. Avidan Appel.
I bet it did. Bet it did.
All due respect, Doc, I didn't need you Friday.
He didn't even – his phone wasn't even ringing Friday.
I'm just saying. I
wasn't even ringing on Friday.
I was good Friday. Everything was flowing Friday, man.
It wasn't even ringing on Friday.
This upcoming season, it's only July, and we don't even have a schedule out yet.
Yeah, I was asking about that. I'm like, when are they doing the schedule?
This is the most excited for a season that I will ever be until another time something like this happens. But right now, this beats Bryce Harper signing with the Phillies.
It does.
This beats. I was too young, really, for the T.O. thing
to
really enjoy it.
T.O. thing was huge.
Yeah, I imagine that it was.
The T.O. thing was huge because much like when Pete Rose signed here, it was the team was knocking on the door, and it felt like it was the final piece.
Yeah.
This came out of nowhere. I looked at it. It was just a couple months ago that the Sixers looked like a gutless bunch of team that we weren't even going to be talking about.
Well, on face it, think about it. It's only been a couple of weeks since the Sixers had a chance because it was the Jaylen Brown trade that got them on the radar. Shams talked about that numerous times. That trade is what got us thinking, all right, there's a chance that the Sixers can land LeBron. When I remember I was on vacation and I zoomed in with you guys the next morning, and then we started flirting around with the idea of LeBron. And here we are now, a couple of weeks later, he's actually on the Sixers. He's actually here. So what's the poll looking like right now, Connor? Don't get into too much detail.
Is this the most excited you've ever been for any Philadelphia team's offseason is our poll today. 63% saying yes, 37% saying no. A couple people in the comments mentioning that T.O. offseason.
Which was amazing.
Chris Pronger, but
Pronger.
The majority saying yes, this is.
And look,
Chris Pronger
T.O. was in his
Chris
prime.
Pronger was not this.
Yeah, no, this is the face of a league.
And Chris Pronger was not, with all due respect, I love Chris Pronger. Chris Pronger was not LeBron.
Right.
Come on. No.
I'm trying to think of ones that rival it. Getting Roy Halladay was huge because you were already really good, right? The Sixers, it's very much like the Sixers. The Sixers are already very good. Even though he's nowhere near the level of bigness for LeBron James, getting Trey Turner when you just lost in the World Series and you got a starting shortstop that at the time could still field his position.
See, I didn't like it. and I was somebody who got ripped for it.
Yeah, look, there's people that don't like the LeBron signing.
Didn't like it. I didn't understand why you needed to do it
to get better, and they were better with Trey Turner than Gene Segura.
A terrible, terrible contract.
Well, at the time, most people were excited at the time, and that was another offseason where you're like, they were just in the World Series, and now they got better. This one's different though, because as you have said it, like they looked dead.
No, they looked gutless.
Like
let's be honest,
we
they
got the
looked gutless.
shocking pads and rejuvenated a franchise this offseason.
Does it? And let's be honest, and let's be candid, because today we're going to be honest and we're not going to be homers. Does this rejuvenate this fan base, which allowed the Knicks to take over your building?
Oh yeah, that's never happening again.
Yeah,
not while he's here.
Okay. Better never happen again.
It won't even be Sixers fans necessarily. Like, it'll be LeBron fans. It'll be celebrities that want to be in that building. Like, they're not taking over this
By the
building.
way, people tried contacting ticket people, like what Austin used to do back in the day before joining the fine people, the Fanatic, and they were getting laughed at. Like, yeah, man.
Now you want to be.
Now you want. The phone's rang off the hook already. Yeah, those tickets are gone, long gone. All right, coming up next, we'll get a lot more of your reaction, but also how are the voice memos looking there, Connor?
Oh, we got some good ones.
All right, good. Since the start of the show, we've been saying in the 9 o'clock hour that we were going to play a bunch of voice memos, but it was up to you to come through. I had no idea how many we have. I'm glad to hear that we have some good ones. So coming up next, it's a segment of reaction. All right? Phone calls.
This is going to be fun.
We have victory lap phone calls. We have thoughts on it. And then we have the voice memos. I asked the question earlier. Red light turns on. Boom. LeBron James the Sixer. Go. And that was your job today. And apparently we got a lot of good ones. So you're going to hear none of us really next segment, but mainly all of you. That comes your way next. It is Kincade and Salciunas on 97.5 LeBron, the home of King James.
Now, a 97.5 LeBron Sports Update.
LeBron James. I'm Connor Thomas, and that's all we're talking about, folks. The Sixers and LeBron James made it official yesterday as the 2-year, $8 million deal to bring the King to Philadelphia was signed, sealed, and delivered. It was a weekend of celebration for the city, and it will continue as we keep reacting to one of the biggest moves in Philadelphia sports history. Shams Charania and Brian Windhorst, a lot of ESPN folks were breaking stuff down about the trust. Interesting there. Not necessarily for the process, but for the Sixers, the roster, and the management, Wendy says.
LeBron trusted the management. He trusts, I'm sure, Bob Myers. He trusts Mike Ganzi. Philly had some things going against them. They weren't home. They weren't Miami. They weren't Cleveland. They weren't Golden State. But what they had going for them ended up being the difference.
Next bit of business for the Sixers will be an official deal with Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, who negotiated a buyout with the Grizzlies over the weekend to also come to Philadelphia. The Phillies beat the Yankees 11-4 yesterday, snapping a 4-game losing streak. Christopher Sanchez went 6 innings, 3 earned. Bryson Stott, a 5 RBI night. Alec Boehm, 4 RBIs. Those two really powered the offense. They start a series with the Marlins tonight in South Florida. A 6:40 p.m. first pitch. Zach Wheeler faces Tyler Phillips. We got 1 week till the Major League Baseball trade deadline. Phil's got some moves to make. The Eagles report to training camp tomorrow. It's about to get busy in Philadelphia, folks, so great time to be a Philly sports fan. This update is brought to you by Staples. It's the most wonderful time of the year at Staples. They got back to school supplies as low as 25 cents up to 40% off select tech and more at staples.com/back to school. Staples, that was easy. I'm Connor Thomas for the home of King James and the 76ers 97.5 LeBron.
You want to hear more of what Andrew and John have to say? Don't worry, we will. But first, let's hear what they got into earlier today on Kincade and Salciunas.
What does this mean to you as a Sixers fan? As a fan and as a Philadelphian? It was real. LeBron James is a member of the Philadelphia 76ers. Sixers picked him up on that vet minimum deal, man. That was that last piece, the margin signing that we were all talking about, man.
What a time, what a time, what a time. Driving up 75, the phone starts blowing up.
Oh, yeah.
When I'm driving and I'm off work, I was just letting the text come in, and my wife's like, what is going on? I had no idea. And then when I finally did, we stopped at a Buc-ee's. And I said, holy, I can't believe it.
Yeah.
And the happiness that I felt for myself as a Sixers fan, every Sixers fan of every iteration that has suffered was immense.
But this was the best decision for him to make personally for the things that he wanted out of basketball, winning a championship and not having to be like the guy that, hey, we're winning because of him. You have the best starting five in the NBA already without even seeing them play a second of basketball. And it's not just about the starting five. It is those other moves that we talked. It is the Anthony Simons move. It is the Dean Wade move.
And he did those again. He did those without LeBron.
Yeah.
And I wonder how much in retrospect those moves attracted LeBron.
We all asked, what is it that he wanted, right? Like, we did the breakdowns numerous times, and I'll do it again for you.
Now, back to the show.
Yep. We've been celebrating all day today. The party has not stopped. The party
Why
continues.
not?
Party
Why not?
continues. And it continues on with you because we have been asking for you to send in voice memos. If I said LeBron James is a Sixer, go. That was it. Like, I didn't say, like...
Wasn't complicated.
No. LeBron James is a Sixer, go. It's like when I have my dog and she's really good with not chasing the squirrel, right? But every once in a while...
You say you let her go do it?
She's not going to get it. The squirrel's going to run up a tree.
Yeah, but you let her get it.
Yeah, I let her go after. Every once in a while, you know, she's still a dog, right? She still has those instincts. She's very well trained. She's very well mannered. But every once in a while, I go,
hungry dogs run faster.
Yeah, let's not do that.
Go get that squirrel. So that's kind of what we're doing for the people today. So before we get to our first voice
Would she know
memo,
what to do with it if she ever did get it?
No, I think
She did. She'd probably play with it or stare it
I
down.
think her tail will go between her legs,
Exactly.
honestly. There is somebody that I want to go to here because when the news dropped, he immediately tweeted at me. I'm sure you were tweeted at as well. And he deserves it because he told us about this weeks ago.
He did.
That he did this. Our man Jeff in D.C. Jeff, good morning.
Victory lap time, brother. And I sent you guys both the
You did do it.
Shot. So I wasn't lying. I ordered the LeBron jersey, the LeBron Sixers jersey 2 weeks ago. I manifested this into existence. I'm taking full credit. Sixers are going 82-0, and in faux, back-to-back, baby. LeBron James is a Sixer. Are you kidding me right now?
Can I ask you something? I'm glad that we don't have to truly have this conversation, but I am curious. If he didn't sign here, what are you doing with the jersey?
I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know. It never even occurred. You know what? Seriously, Andrew, it never even occurred to me. And here's why. Because if you take him at his word, right? You take him at his word, what he said when this whole process, pardon that word.
Yeah, please
this
stop.
Whole thing started.
Yeah,
this whole thing started. He said, I want to go out winning another title. And then you think about LeBron, and you think about the type of things that he is interested in and what moves him and what drives him. It's all about legacy. I'm telling you, he hates when he hears people say he's not Jordan or whatever. He wants to do something somebody's never done before. He wants to win a title in 4 different cities. And I want to thank the New York Knicks, because if the Knicks had not won the title, he'd be in New York right now. I guarantee it.
You think so? That would have been the move. That could have been.
Yes, I believe that's actually been talked to. Somebody said that if New York didn't win, that actually would have been a part. So you're right, Jeff. There was a report. I forget who. One of the reporters said that a couple of weeks ago, that New York winning changed a lot for our sake. And look, we have him now. It's amazing and thanks for the call, brother.
Thanks.
He gets to come here, and if they win a championship, a basketball hungry, starved city that hasn't won since 1983. I was able to make that happen.
I still can't believe the amount of people though who didn't see Philadelphia coming.
Yeah, I don't either. But originally it was going to be if the Knicks didn't win the finals. Imagine being the reason why you won in New York. Look at Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brunson will be forever a superstar in New York.
Deservedly so.
There was a video yesterday over the weekend. Did you see this?
We almost did it in headlines, but it was hard to explain.
All right, so I'll explain it. This is how much of a superstar Jalen Brunson is in New York. Jalen Brunson is short in stature when it comes to NBA, right? He's like you and me. He's 6 feet tall, right? He could look like anybody else just walking around. But in New York, he is 8 feet tall because he's Jalen Brunson. He walked into a club, no questions asked the other night in New York. All right, New York City, just walks right in. Oh, what's up, man? Cameras start flashing. They let him in.
Sure.
What made the video funny was for like 2 minutes prior, Michael Porter Jr., who plays in the NBA and is what, 6'8"? Like,
everybody was watching him?
No, they were looking to see if his name was actually on the list. So this guy, Michael Porter Jr. is trying to get in this club, and they're like, let me see if you're. Oh, Mr. Brunson, hello, please come right on in.
And he walks in small of stature, large of heart. By the way, does he? I mean, look, he's a Nova guy. I don't like saying anything good about Nova people, but man, what a great dude he seems like.
He's no LeBron.
Yeah,
Jalen Brunson just seems like such a great guy, though.
Yeah.
I hate saying it about Nova people.
Well, and he sticks up for the Eagles.
He does.
Because Josh Hart thinks like we suck
because
he's
an idiot.
Yeah,
he's an idiot.
All right, let's hear it. How many voice memos do we have?
We got 5 right now and room for more if you want to send them in.
Can I ask you to play something while you play the voice memos? Because we can't just have them play dry.
Yeah, it depends on what you're asking. Do you have something in mind?
Play the song, please. Thank you. All right, let's hear it.
Not too long.
Who do we got?
We got Matt here leading us off.
LeBron James! Man, if you're not excited for this, you are a loser. Let's go, Sixers. Andrew, play that song.
Yeah, I'm sure that's going to be said a couple of times. So just keep it running, Connor. What do we got next?
We got Dan checking in, who won the tickets.
Yes.
Following up.
Yes.
My lord, my liege, my king, King James. I have no words sufficient enough to convey my thanks to you and yours. Please welcome to the city of brotherly love, where now you are a brother of ours, and you shall gain our full support. King James, long may he reign.
Okay,
I love you. Thank you, Dan.
He's the best. And by the way, keep that bit going. Like after I'm gone?
Yeah, I mean,
because he has to stick around with that bit.
It's like the Game of Zones. If you guys remember, Bleacher Report used to do the Game of Zones.
That's funny as hell.
Which is a spinoff of Game of Thrones for basketball. And I appreciate that. And I still remember the day we did it, Connor, you had a great plea for LeBron. You were just missing the accent. That's why Dan came through with that. And he won the tickets to the home opener.
He needs to keep that going. Dan, please keep that going all year long.
Yes,
Absolutely.
listen, I do the bad accent. Maybe he doesn't come here. Maybe
You're right.
like that guy can't cut it.
Yes, there you
right.
go.
Jalen Brown, if it's not for Jalen Brown and Connor Thomas's bad accent, we don't win.
The streets are talking.
All right, what else we got?
All right, Tim in Wilmington checks in next.
Hey, Tim from Wilmington here. Super excited to get LeBron on the squad. I feel like he comes in the door. He's instantly the best point guard we have. Great setup, man. Get the ball out of Maxi's hands, preserve him a bit, get him back to some of the success he had during the hard year where he shot a career best from 3, all that good stuff. All the basketball stuff makes a ton of sense. I think we've been talking about that for weeks, but the story we haven't been discussing, especially as Philly fans, is how good it feels to be chosen.
I mean, it does feel good.
It means a lot. This town really needs it. Like, this town really worries about that.
Well, because we always hear about how horrible we are. And look, let's face it, L.A., Miami, nightlife, summertime, wintertime, you're still living your life, whereas it gets cold and it's tough around here.
I got you.
But if you look around, we act as if like we don't get chosen enough. Man, I got LeBron James. I have Saquon Barkley. I have Bryce Harper. Those are 3 huge names that signed here.
They
like,
did.
think about that for a second, Philadelphia. Take pride with that. Ignore the crap that is said about us. When we played the clips from the Cleveland radio station earlier today, the Florida radio station, the San Francisco radio station that talks about how horrible people we are, why would he do that? Why would he go to those lunatics in Philadelphia? It's not lunacy. Part of it is, but it's pride. It's joy. It's entertainment. It's love of sport. It's love of Philadelphia pride. And we got 3 now major faces of sports playing here, and a lot of it is because people want to be a part of this action. Take pride in that, man. Take pride in it. What else we got?
Darren in Westchester checks in next.
Good morning, guys. Darren out of Westchester just checking in. So with LeBron, he's here now. He obviously has studied the team. He knows of the team. He sees the talent. He sees the potential, and that's fantastic. He's a very calculated guy. And the fact that he made this move, this is huge and this is tremendous. And if he didn't see any type of potential in this city, there's no way he would have been here. Anyway, let's go Sixers. Let's go LeBron. Happy to have him. Let's have a great week, guys.
I love it. I love that. I love the excitement in people's voices, but
I do too.
But I love that, Connor. It speaks to something that you talked about with us yesterday. Is the pragmatism of, well, the X's and O's part of it and everything. People are already starting to, the wheels are turning a little bit.
Yeah, that's why I did an updated roster on NBA 2K this weekend.
Did you really?
Oh, I love it.
Did you really?
I did, and it was a lot of fun. Dude, I'm still a kid at heart, man. Connor and I were just having this conversation during the break, John, that I am me. Like on the air.
Oh, I know you're you.
And off the air.
No, you are.
You know, you were telling me about some weird nighttime gummy you took last night.
Yeah, my new client.
And I was like, yeah, I took a different kind of gummy right before
yours
this call.
are different. Yeah, yours are different than mine.
And our boss is on the call. And like, I am who I am, man. As Ben Simmons said, I am who I am. It is what it is.
Don't say his name today.
NBA 2K26, I did an updated roster, and man, I was like a kid in the candy store. What else we got?
All right, last one here right now from Xavier in Newtown Square.
Hey, good morning, you guys. Xavier from Newtown Square. Yeah, I can't believe this is our life right now. Like honestly, a couple months ago, I was so out on the Sixers, man. Like, I didn't know what we were gonna do, and then comes Jesus himself, disguised as Mike Gansey, in to fix the day, and freaking does things that you didn't even think was possible. I don't think anybody thought was possible. What he did in the last 2 months, he's most likely executive of the year already, hands down.
Yeah, I mean,
I think Amy Fadul called that on Unfiltered.
Did she?
That she believes he's already the executive.
So I saw an article yesterday when I was doing the show, the special Sunday show. There was an article from the Inquirer, and I was like, I love and respect the Inquirer too much to even click on this. And now that sounds ass backwards, but the article was grading Mike Gansey's first off season as president of basketball operations, and I was like, if it's anything short of an A+.
What do we?
So I didn't even click on. I'm sure it was an A+. I respect the Inquirer too much. I know the fine work they do. I didn't
what
even
do we
bother
grade?
clicking.
Yeah, I mean, like, what do we grade?
He got an A+. A+.
I don't know about the spacing with Dean Wade.
Yeah, sure. No, actually, the spacing with Dean Wade makes a lot of sense. The guy could
All
shoot
of
the
it
ball,
makes
too.
sense.
This entire offseason has been a home run. If they didn't get LeBron James, this offseason was an A. Like, think about it. Like, before they even got LeBron James, and before they got Jaylen Brown, let's talk about some of the conversations we were having. Should they try to offload one of the two contracts? And we all thought they should try to do it. Then it got to, all right, if you have to give up a pick in order to do it, would you do it? And then that's where we sort of had that divide. There were some people that were saying, I'd rather just go until the end with this thing because I don't want to give up good capital to get nothing. You would just be getting a year off of one of the contracts. And then the world stopped because they traded Paul George, 36-year-old Paul George, 2 years left on his max contract, for a guy that's in his prime, that is a two-way basketball player, that can create his own shot, that can score from all levels, that can play defense better than a lot of players in the NBA, and he's an NBA champion, and he's an NBA Finals MVP. And we got that for Paul George in the pick. That changed everything. Everything about this Sixers franchise. And then they got LeBron, which is just
That's incredible.
I can't believe it, man. Can't believe it. LeBron
I
James
can't believe
is a
it either.
Sixer, dude. Like I think my wife got annoyed with me this weekend. The amount of times I just said it. Like LeBron's a Sixer. LeBron's a Sixer. I sound like a madman just saying it over and over and over again in my house. Let's go to Anthony in Blackwood. Anthony, you're on Kincade Salciunas. What's up, Ant?
Hey, good morning. Good morning.
Morning to
What's
you,
going
Ant.
on?
It is a good morning, damn it.
It's a great morning. So, I was in Disney World over the weekend, and Friday morning I'm in line to get in Epcot. It's me, my wife, my 2-year-old.
Nice.
And 2 lanes over, I hear one of the security guys talking, and he's like, "Yeah, it's Cleveland or Golden State. Miami's out. It's not going to be Miami. He's going to Cleveland or Golden State." I didn't even see the guy. I'm 2 lanes over, and I just yell, "He's going to Philly. He's going to Philly." This is Friday morning, 8 in the morning, and he looks over. He's like, "He's not going to Philly. There's no way." And I was like, "He's going." And I get through security, and I hear him over after I get through. He's like, "You hear that? You hear that guest saying he's going to Philly?" I was like, "Yeah, it was me, and he's going." I went back looking for him after I got the news. I couldn't find him.
Oh,
but
that sucks.
That's how I found out.
That's
But yeah,
awesome.
so shout out dude at Epcot.
How hot was it?
hope,
How hot was it? By the way, I'm going next month. How hot was it?
Gross.
Yeah, exactly.
It was awful.
There you go.
It was almost unlivable.
But it was worth it, wasn't it?
It was good because they got LeBron James.
Yeah.
There you go.
It was beautiful. But yeah, no, weather not great.
That's there we
Well,
go.
Ant, thanks for calling in, man.
Thank you, buddy.
Just everybody's. It's. Go ahead.
No, I'll be doing Vegas and Florida in 2 trips. I'm all used to seeing Eagles gear everywhere. Eagles hats, Eagles
Oh,
things.
no, it's
Go
Sixers.
Birds. Do you think I will see more? Like when I'm in Vegas next week, next Monday I will be in Vegas. Do you think I will see more Sixers than Eagles?
More Sixers because I imagine it.
Than Eagles.
I imagine it. I don't know. I'm not.
Out in
I'm
Vegas.
not ripping the company. A lot of people like to. I don't know if Fanatics will have the jerseys out just yet.
By the way, James is all spelled with 1 J.
Yeah.
I just wanted to give them that heads up. There's not 2 J's in James.
I'm going to say Sixers.
You think I'm going to see more Sixers in Vegas?
Dude, this weekend, this
it's
weekend
wild.
was Sixers
Okay, what
everywhere.
about Disney World?
Sixers?
More Sixers?
Yeah,
LeBron
dude.
James.
It's Philly season. It's Philly season. Okay,
They're an
so it's
afterthought at
Eagles.
this point.
Eagles is always the dominant one. Eagles is always the
Yeah,
dominant
but
one.
you're thinking people who like the team. You got to think people who like the guy.
That's why I'm saying once the
like
jerseys are
marginal,
out.
Yeah, that could be too.
The amount I got tweets this weekend from non-Philadelphia fans that were tweeting at the show. Like I got tweets about the show yesterday from people that were LeBron fans. There were people on our YouTube chat. Shout out to Brendan Dutz, by the way. Let me say that on a Monday. Dutsy ran our YouTube feed yesterday, which we don't usually have YouTube going on the weekends. And I asked, like, hey, if I'm doing this, I would love to really, really do this up big.
Sure.
And Dutsy came in and did the YouTube. There were people in the YouTube chat saying, hey, I'm a LeBron fan.
Okay, so
this is the
they're
station.
LeBron fans.
This is the station I'm going to listen to for LeBron coverage. And I was like, yes, this is. I mean,
well,
it's
that makes
LeBron.
sense.
Yeah, it's literally called
it would make
975 LeBron.
sense.
But there were people chiming in on the YouTube chat yesterday. I was getting tweets about it that were LeBron James fans. It's a world that we don't we're so passionate about Philadelphia, but there are people in this world that follow a player, especially one of the greats like LeBron
It's
James.
a fascinating thing to me that somebody is a fan of
an individual.
Of an individual, not a team. That's foreign to me. You do you.
But
That's
if you're
great.
in Charlotte and, you know, the Hornets are the Hornets, or think of a town that doesn't have a basketball team, right? And you're
Lincoln, Nebraska.
Yeah, you're like, all
Who do you
right, I'm going to be a LeBron fan now. And then you follow him around. If you didn't have allegiancy to an NBA team, or maybe your city's just kind of irrelevant in the sport of basketball. I was talking about the irrelevancy of the Washington Wizards yesterday. Like, why would LeBron go to an irrelevant franchise like the Washington Wizards? Like, if you're from the D.C. area and you never really grabbed onto the Wizards, maybe you follow a player.
By the way, I got a message for now. This would be for like our Austin Jones and for some others. Now that LeBron James is a Sixer, I don't need to see any other LeBron James jerseys. He's a Sixer now. While he's here, I don't want to see the LeBron James Lakers jersey. The LeBron James. Now, if you wear an Olympic jersey, that's
Olympic
cool.
jersey. Or
Olympic
Austin
jersey's
has
cool.
the Toon Squad jersey.
Toon Squad jersey's fine. I do not need to see any other LeBron James jersey being worn around but 6.
Except one time. Me and Austin have talked about this for weeks. We will do the family picture. Me, Austin, and Coop. When Coop gets his first ever jersey, which will be, oh no, he had a Jalen Hurts jersey when he was really, really young. His second ever jersey, he'll get the Sixers LeBron James jersey. I will wear my Cavs LeBron jersey to show how long I go back with my love for LeBron. Austin will have his Toon Squad jersey, and Cooper will have his Sixers jersey in the picture. But
he does love Uncle Austin.
Yeah, he loves Uncle Austin.
Because he plays running games with him and everything.
Yeah, big fan. All right, coming up next, if you missed it earlier, we got a surprise call-in from Shaq. Shaquille O'Neal called into the show earlier to react to the big news, LeBron James signing with the Philadelphia 76ers. You will hear that interview in its entirety coming up next. So, again, if you missed it earlier, we're not messing around. Even Shukri didn't believe it. Shaquille O'Neal called into the show earlier today and talked about LeBron to Philadelphia. We will play that for you coming up next. It is Kincade and Salciunas on 97.5 LeBron, the home of King James.
Now, a 97.5 LeBron Sports Update.
Making it official. I'm Connor Thomas. The Sixers and LeBron James made it official yesterday. It's a 2-year, $8 million deal to bring the King to Philadelphia was signed, sealed, and delivered. It was a weekend of celebration for the city. It's going to continue as we keep reacting to one of the biggest moves in Philadelphia sports history. Shams Charania of ESPN talked about the trust LeBron James showed in the roster in making this decision.
LeBron James went into this process once he decided to leave the Lakers, that this would be about winning, about competing at a high level, having a team that he trusts. And so this clearly for LeBron James, he looked at the roster.
Music to our ears, Philadelphia. The next bit of contract business for the Sixers will be an official deal for Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, who negotiated a buyout with the Grizzlies over the weekend to also come to Philadelphia. A lot of folks like to follow the King. The Phillies beat the Yankees 11-4 yesterday, snapping a 4-game losing streak. Christopher Sanchez went 6 innings, 3 earned. Bryce Stott had a 5 RBI night. Alec Boehm had 4 RBIs as well. They start a series with the Marlins tonight in South Florida. 6:40 p.m. first pitch. Zach Wheeler on the mound against Tyler Phillips. We got 1 week till the Major League Baseball trade deadline, and the Eagles report to training camp tomorrow. Not to be lost in the shuffle of all of this. Football season kind of officially starts tomorrow. It's about to get busy in Philadelphia. Jim Lynam joined us earlier. Shaquille O'Neal joined us earlier to talk about it. You can see both of those interviews on our YouTube page. Then we'll replay our interview with Shaquille O'Neal coming up next. I'm Connor Thomas for the home of King James and the 76ers, 97.5 LeBron.
LeBron.
The final hour of Kincade Salciunas is presented to you by The Bagster. It's a dumpster in a bag. You can get yours today at Home Depot and Lowe's. You need details? Go to Bagster.com.
All right, it is 9:31 here on Kincade and Salciunas on 97.5 LeBron, the home of King James. First and foremost, always salute our veterans for their service time. Matt chimes in on social media a couple hours ago. Air Matt. He's in Florida, but he's a Philly guy. He sends us a photo saying, might need y'all to help update and recreate this photo from November 17th of 2025, or as he 2015, or as he does as the former veteran, or as the veteran, he did the 17 November 2025. It's him taking a picture with Robert Covington, Isaiah Cannon, Jakar Sampson, Jeremy Grant, and then there's a guy in the middle that I don't even know who that is, but this is like prime process Sixers days. Like, even I can't say one of the names because I don't know who it is. Like, this is like, that's when we were in the deep at that point with the process. So we appreciate your service,
Matt.
Thanks
for that, dopes.
We appreciate your service, Matt, and hopefully you can recreate that picture. A little bit of a different
He's going to
five.
have a good time with it now.
Yeah,
because
and-
it's going to be a great 5.
Could you imagine having a photo of a guy that I don't even recognize, Rocco, Isaiah Cannon, Jeremy Grant, Jakar Sampson, and then your picture next to it is a starting 5 of LeBron James, Jaylen Brown, Tyrese Maxey, VJ Edgecombe, and Joel Embiid? That would be a pretty sweet photo. All right, earlier today, Shaq, he called in unexpectedly. So unexpectedly, he was hung up on. Shaquille O'Neal joined the show to talk about the addition of LeBron James, and here's how it sounded.
Joining us now on Kincade and Salciunas on my final week, Shaquille O'Neal joins us on the day that 97.5 LeBron, we've rebranded the station, has come to Philadelphia, and I appreciate you getting up with us this morning, big man. I saw you at Niagara Falls, but everybody is LeBron crazy in town. How are you, big man?
I'm doing fine. How about yourself?
We're thrilled. You kidding me? Did you ever think LeBron was going to be a Sixer? Be honest.
No. No. Hell no. The other no, and the bad no. No. Not at all.
What did it then? What do you think did it? Do you think the idea of him winning a championship here was actually a real thing? Like he really believed that this was the best place to do it?
Man, you guys do have the ingredients, and can't go wrong with a Maxey, a Jaylen Brown, an Embiid, and a LeBron. However, it's championship or bust. I hate to say it.
Oh, of course, it's championship or bust, right? I don't think anybody's thinking otherwise. It's got to get done. But Shaq, where did you think he was going to go, or where did you want him to go from a basketball standpoint? I mean, you're talking about the league all the time. Was there a part of you saying, I wish he went to this destination because it would have been fun to talk about this?
Golden State would have been fun.
Yeah.
Cleveland would have been, in my opinion, the Karate Kid thing to do. Miami would have been also fun with him, to be honest. But I was thinking either Golden State or Miami, or maybe Cleveland. Started off in Cleveland, left, went to Miami, won a championship. You know what? I'm going to go back to Cleveland, win the championship. Hey, I'm going to leave again and then end this career in Cleveland. So I really thought it was going to be Cleveland, but hey, Philadelphia.
I think of it this way, is that if he goes back to Miami, he goes there. He went to Miami and delivered on the promise. I said I'm going to win a championship, and I won it. He went back to Cleveland and said, I'm going to bring you a championship, and he won one. So he already delivered on those. If he went back to either one of those cities, he had a chance to have his final chapter there to be failure. I think here he sees it as nothing but a chance to be gravy because this city has not seen anything in a quarter of a century.
Yeah, but when you stack the team with that much talent, it's championship or bust. When they first got to Miami and they weren't playing well, everybody was going crazy, and then they finally picked it up, and like you said, he delivered. But, hey, Jaylen Brown, Maxey, I know you guys are getting some other pieces. Joel Embiid, who was once the best big man in the league 2, 3, 4 years ago. And now LeBron, an aging LeBron, but he still can give you 20 to 25 points every now and then.
Now, speaking of the magnitude of LeBron James, we could talk X's and O's all we want. You mentioned Joel Embiid, and one of the big talking points over the years has been the want and the will and doing whatever it takes to get his body right. Bringing in a LeBron James, even if it's not just Embiid, what does he bring to a locker room where he can lead a lot of players, young players or guys like Joel Embiid, to a different level of their game?
Well, I played with LeBron. He's actually a fabulous leader. He's definitely going to lead by example. He's going to be there early. He's going to be in tremendous shape. He's going to, and if guys follow, you can't be a good leader if your followers don't follow. So if guys follow him and, sees what he does, and they should be able to develop new habits. However, you have to want it. You have to want to be the best big man in the league. You have to want to not shoot jumpers and go in the post and not use the excuse of, oh, the game is different. We don't play like Charles and Shaq used to play. Listen, you got to play. You have to play the advantages. If you're bigger and stronger than everybody, I'm not shooting jump shots. I don't care what era this is. I don't care what you're doing. This is exactly why, San Antonio Spurs lost the championship. You got a guy out there 7'6" shooting jumpers.
I don't understand. The one thing that is just bothered me a little bit about this is how is Nick Nurse going to figure out how to work with all this talent and make it work with Embiid? Because I sort of see how the other players fit, but how Joel fits. What would you say to Joel Embiid right now? And I'm sure he's probably listening. What would you say to Joel about this offseason, this upcoming season, and what he has to be for this Sixers team?
Two things. One, you have to dominate, and also you have to do the other things. This team has a 1, 2, 3, 4 punch. My only concern is Tyrese Maxey worked hard to become the man. Now you bring in a Jaylen Brown. Does he still be the man, or does he have to take a step back to where he was? Because of opportunity, Tyrese had to step up and be the man. Now it's like we're saying, okay, Tyrese, we brought Jaylen here. You can go back to just being a regular guy. And do VJ slow down a little bit? Oh, and guess what? We got LeBron. We got these veterans, so you guys can slow down. I just hope that they all find the ability to put their foot on the gas pedal and play at a high level. It's going to be difficult with those 4 guys because Tyrese, because of how he played last year, he's going to love to want the ball. Jaylen Brown has something improved. He's going to want the ball. Joel Embiid's going to want the ball. And we all know LeBron loves the ball. So that's a very interesting question, and
now
we'll just have to see.
Now, Shaq, I mean, I'm not going to compare Philly to L.A. in terms
About time you asked me a question, other guy. Jeez.
Oh, my gosh. Come on. He's asked enough. Andrew's asked enough.
Sorry. I got one more. And it's about nightlife. All right, it's nightlife. So I hope maybe we'll like
he
this
knows the nightlife.
That's what I'm saying. Like I'm not trying to compare. I'm not trying to compare Philly to L.A. in terms of nightlife and celebrities, but LeBron James brings a different sort of cachet, a different energy to an arena. So you've played in Philadelphia. You know that Allen Iverson's going to be around. What does LeBron James bring to a city? What does LeBron James bring to an arena that might be a little bit more than just basketball?
HOPE. Hope. And, even though he's the agent of LeBron, you hear the name LeBron, and I think everybody think this is the Miami or the Cleveland LeBron. We still have to realize that, listen, he's on his last leg. He still plays well. But when you get a guy like LeBron James in, it brings the city hope. And, Philly is a city similar to New York. Hey, man, we got to get it done this year. So, he has a 2-year deal. In a perfect world, he'll get 2 in a row. But if he can win one, it'll just add to his legacy. If he doesn't win one, it'll take away from his legacy a little bit, but not really. You got all these guys talking about he's ring chasing. No, he's continuance chasing. It's funny that the guys that don't have rings saying somebody's ring chasing. Hey, you got 4, You on your way out. You got the opportunity to play with other greats and win some other ones. Hey, it's acceptable. You know, it's not like the guy doesn't have any rings. He has 4. He done it the right way. He stayed out of trouble. He's carried the league for a long time. But when this thing is over, it's over. So you take advantage of all opportunities.
Do you think
the Lakers didn't want him, so he's a free agent. So hey, my last 2 years, you try to stack it up.
Do you think the Knicks should be the favorites in the East, or do you think the Sixers should be?
The Knicks should definitely be the favorite out of respect to championship, but you know they lost a couple of pieces. Like it's gonna be hard for them to get away with certain things without that Mitchell Robinson character. I know he just went somewhere else, so I don't really know who their big is, and you know we're gonna see what's up with their chemistry. But out of respect, because they won the championship, they definitely are the favorites. But you know, hey, on paper, when it comes talent-wise, you gotta go Philly. I mean, it's just look, Jalen, Woo, LeBron, Woo, Embiid, Woo, Maxey, Woo, Edgecombe. That's a hell of a team right there. Wow.
It's going to be awesome. I have a feeling you're going to be making some visits. I'll look forward to seeing you more in person now, too. Be able to see you more.
Congratulations.
All right, buddy.
Congratulations.
I love you.
Love you.
I'll see you soon.
All right, there was Shaquille O'Neal from earlier today. You can watch it all on the YouTube page. Check it out, 975thefanatic.com. We appreciate everybody that's been a part of the show today, and we appreciate that a lot of you answered the call. Earlier today, at the very beginning of the show, we said, look, we want voice memos, your excitement, your sheer excitement for LeBron James being a member of the Sixers, and a lot of you came through. And apparently during the segment, because I knew this is how it would go, people wait till the segment to do them. You know, it takes some time for us to load them in and to record them and to make sure you're not cursing and do all that kind of stuff. So there were 5 people, no surprise, that did it during this segment. So we got some leftovers. So coming up next, more excitement from you, these Sixers fans that have been waiting for something like this to get excited for. I don't think anybody really expected this. LeBron James is a Sixer. We'll get some more fun on that coming up next. Also, we will mention something that happens this week. You want to know how big of a signing LeBron James is? The fact that we haven't talked about this specific thing at all today. Tell you what next here on The Fanatic.
LeBron James is a home for King James. 97.5 LeBron.
By the way, Johnny Mush over here. Before last break, he said to me, "Man, you've really like owned this whole 97.5 LeBron home of King James."
I did. I mushed it for you. I'm sorry.
And then last segment was the first one where I don't say it correctly, and you get my ear. It's 97.5 LeBron. You were saying it.
I had just said it. I said because I think it's absolutely amazing that you pulled it off as flawlessly as you have. I should not be surprised working with you as I do.
I mean, yeah.
But I was surprised because it's really hard to do.
And then he screwed me up.
I told you yesterday after I talked to you on the phone, I don't check my emails. I don't do any of that stuff when I'm away. And I heard Nick Earnshaw say 97.5 LeBron on the sports update.
Yeah.
And I said, well, that's a Freudian slip. And I laughed. I thought it was a Freudian slip that he had just said 97.5 LeBron. And then you came back and you said it. I had missed you saying it, I guess. It just sort of LeBron and everything. And it's been fun.
Because I just weave it in a conversation.
It's so much fun. This is so amazing.
It is amazing.
And if you got kids, it's going to be amazing.
One of my first thoughts was like, man, me and Coop, I get to share this with them. All right, real quick, couple things before we get to our last bits of voice memos, because more have come in because that's what people do. They hear the segment happening, and then they want to be a part of it. We will make 2 football notes, even though they're 2 totally different sports. One, going into the break, I said, you want to know how big LeBron James is? We haven't mentioned this. Training camp starts tomorrow. We haven't talked about it at all. That's how big LeBron James is. That even in a football crazed town like Philadelphia, the Eagles are about to start training camp tomorrow. We haven't mentioned it once today. And look, I'm fine with that. I'm happy about that because I kind of hate the day before training camp show because, like,
right.
Then training camp happens. We're all excited. And then day 2 of training camp, it's like, oh, yeah, that's right. We still have a long time till the season starts. But we haven't even mentioned it. Speaking of football, different style. I didn't know this existed. Did you guys see the 75-year-old drought that ended?
I did.
Yesterday. There is a Gaelic football league, All-Ireland Senior Football, I forget what they call it, All-Ireland Senior Football Championship League, and it is a Gaelic league, and it goes back to the 14th century, this league.
Made Connor laugh.
Why?
No, it's not for air.
Why? What's not for air?
It's not for air. Don't worry about it. It's all right. Well, what was 75-year drought?
Well, there was a team that hadn't won for 75 years in their league.
In the Gaelic League.
Yes. And when they won, this was a packed stadium. Like soccer stadium. Huge stadium.
Okay.
People in tears like we were when the
Why
Eagles won
wouldn't
the
you
Super
be?
Bowl.
Yes.
I didn't know that league existed. It's not rugby. Like, it's not any of these. I never knew this sport existed.
It's a big world, man.
Dude, it is a big world. It's a world. 80,000 people were in attendance in tears when they won.
That's incredible.
It's amazing.
That's fantastic.
All right, play a song. What do we got? Give us some more voice memos, my man.
Chris in Harleysville, check in next.
Good morning, Andrew, John, Connor. What an exciting day. This is Chris from Harleysville. I have to tell you, when I got the news, I was as excited as Ray was delivering it, and I got chills that this was actually happening, that LeBron chose us, and I was excited. I was super excited, but then I had this strange emotion come over me. Literally had a tear or two just thinking he picked us.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's a great feeling. It is. We have some superstars in this city that have picked us before LeBron James recently. Right? I mentioned Bryce Harper, Saquon Barkley. We have great players, but this guy's the greatest player of my generation, of your generation, Connor.
Of all time.
He could have gone anywhere. Like, he literally could have gone anywhere, and it would have been a cool story. LeBron James playing it. It would have been cool if he played for Sacramento. Like, it would have been a cool story. He picked Philadelphia. All right, what else you got?
All right, we got a short one here from Matt in Lansdale.
Celebrate LeBron, come on!
Yeah, see, like, people are having fun. I see it on our YouTube chat. I didn't want to mention it. Mick C1212. 97.5 LeBron, shaking my head. Stop being geeks.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, I'm sorry that we're not having. Well, I'm sorry that we're having too much fun for you today, man.
You are supposed to be button up.
Come on, bro.
This is very serious. Be serious.
on.
You people are supposed to be serious.
Come on, man.
Oh, my gosh. Lighten up, Francis.
What else we got?
Jim
Lighten
and
up.
Souderton checks in next.
Jim from Saturn here. Remember right after Super Bowl 52, and you'd be at a traffic light, and you'd look up, and a local business would have a sign up, "Congratulations, Eagles, Super Bowl champs." And you'd have to blink and shake your head and look at this. Well, that's how I felt since LeBron signed here.
Yeah, I mean, look, there's all the LeBron edits, like where people were already putting him in his Sixers jersey, and every time you see it, you remember that it's real. Billboards will be up of LeBron James. The Inquirer had the big front page with LeBron James on it. Like, it happened. It is real.
What was Gansey's grade, by the way, if anybody read it?
I didn't read it.
If it wasn't an A+,
I had too much respect to read their work because it has to be an A+.
yeah, you're just assuming it's an A+.
What else we got?
Mike in Hellertown checks in.
Let's freaking go. LeBron James is in town, but I need help, guys. Help me deal with the haters. I can't deal with it on my own. We need a therapy session. The stupidity that is among us is mind-blowing. These people actually want to say that he's not one of the greatest. I just can't. I don't know why I feel like I need to defend the man. I should just let it go in one ear and out the other, but I can't. Let's go.
You should let it, honestly, you should let it go in one ear, out the other. But I can't hear people out that.
I just don't get, like, why do we do this? Because, like, all right, let's say he is the second best player in the history of the sport. Wow,
That's
stinks.
pretty awesome. That's pretty awesome.
Right? Like, I would take being the second best at anything.
Oh my gosh,
that sounds pretty good, man. I'll take that. I'm not Ricky Bobby's dad. Like,
First or last.
Sometimes you can be second. You can even be third. What else we got?
All right, we'll round out with Steve in PA.
Burner account after burner account. Awful GM after awful GM. Awful draft pick after awful draft pick with this Sixers team. Ben Simmons, an absolutely disaster. All the freaking injuries year after year. Players that didn't want to come here. Paul George had never worked out here. It never ended. But now it's time, Sixers fan. The king is here, and it's time to go win a freaking title. Let's go and have a great season.
I love it. See, that, like, I don't care if 97.5 LeBron is quirky. Like, have fun with it. This is one of the greatest days of my life.
Could you just chill and just have a good time?
And he's happy LeBron's here. I will acknowledge that.
Everybody's got to be happy.
Who cares if it's weird? I'm about to put LeBron, like, in paint on my chest.
No, don't start with
Sean
that.
Bryce is getting a witness tattoo. Like, let's go. Let's own it. All right, everybody have a great day. The party will continue tomorrow.
Look forward
day
to
one
it.
of training camp. Johnny Marks back from vacation. So Middays with Marks all back together again. Johnny Marks, Sean Brace, Ray Dunn. You just wait till you see what Ray Dunn's wearing today. He's got the kind of like the mullet party, business in the front, party in the back. But his clothing attire, it's business down below and party up top.
What?
You'll see it later in a little bit. Talk to you tomorrow.
Now, on 97.5 LeBron.